No.
Still blanked out on roll 20.
Reset it. Let's see if it fixes it.
Yeah, yeah, you have to do reconnect, I think, to get it to work.
Uh,
F
There it goes. Yep.
I just
Now
Hooray.
stream.
said it
Now
was
All right,
stream.
all right,
censoring
we're good.
some
Now
obscene
stream.
gesturing.
Now stream.
I am streaming. The streaming has begun. You are currently being streamed.
Oh, good.
This very
Good.
moment.
Hello.
So it caught all of those offensive things that we were saying.
No,
All
just
right.
just part of them.
Wow.
So if you were to
Okay,
not
so-
repeat them right now, you would actually get away.
Oh, so I can get away with all those things I said about those various
As long as you
races
don't
and
repeat them right now. This very moment, don't
Okay.
repeat them.
so
And
definitely
whether or not they are good
don't repeat
drivers.
The things I said about Episcopalians or anybody else.
Yeah, they were
Got
mostly
it.
confusing. This,
Well, you know.
this is off to a good
Uh,
start, Headdown. All right. If anybody wants to refresh some folks who were not here in previous times on where we're at, actually, before we do that, sorry. So there were some last minute things that were popped through that I deployed earlier on today, most of which should have been pretty easy to fix, hopefully. But the otherwise we'll just move it as time get on. But there was a new system that was introduced called the Gear Score, specifically to help balance people's equipment. And if we didn't get a chance to figure out everybody's overall battle score using that, I'd like to do that now just so I can find out what those numbers are.
20.
20. Did anybody else get a chance to try?
Am I already done? I don't know.
I didn't do anybody's gear score
Okay.
because I didn't care.
Then we will do it together. Thank you for that's awesome. All right.
I did enough and decided no.
All right. All right. Here we go. I will get the thing up and just walk you guys through it, and we'll just get it done
I think
fast.
that's fair. Yeah.
Yeah, I literally have no idea who any of
this
you
is-
are or how I
Yeah.
got here.
Fair enough.
Yeah, we might want to
Introduce or
No.
friend, maybe.
We have a new visitor. Red is dropping in to help play our game and test out new stuff today. Red, this campaign, so that you're aware, is a little bit, I'm not going to call it goofy, but it's not to the tune of a standard campaign in that I will certainly deny you certain things, not allow you to go completely off track, and kind of railroad you into different areas, specifically because I need things tested. So, while I encourage you to play around and have fun, there are some things that will be unavoidable because I need to try them.
That's unfortunate.
sometimes it's like we've decided to go a different way, and he's like, "Well, canonically, you've decided
You had to go a
a
different
different
way, but instead,
Here's
roll
the
initiative.
combat that would have
Because if we don't try it, then we don't know if it works. But other than that, we're going to play around. I'll have somebody fill you in on what has happened to date as soon as we figure out this gear score thing. So, the gear score is to help figure out combat balance because the game doesn't work on a steady increase of combat efficiency. You basically determine how efficient you want to be, and that's where you're at for your character. So in order to help figure that out for fight balance, we have a little thing called a battle score based on certain key parts of the character. So the first thing to figure out is your combined gear score, and everything that you purchased for equipment and surgeries should now have a score in the current document listed as gear score. You just want to write that down and add them up somewhere so that we can find out where you're at.
Is that the big number in the circle?
No, it should actually say gear score on the card. Let me pull the thing up and I can show it to you on the stream.
Okay, yeah, that's the reason I'm asking you because I'm not seeing it literally anywhere on here.
Uh-oh, I hope I didn't put the wrong thing on there. Let's find out.
I've been looking through, curiously going, where?
Are you in 6-14, Kronos? Because it is showing up for me.
14-R and ICJ.
I see it under the items size, like medium to ended, underneath his gear score.
Oh, I'm sorry. What page is this?
All of the pages.
So if we go to...
Okay, that's why I was looking at the cards.
A few of the melee weapons don't have its V.
Let's find out which ones are missing. Oh yeah, some of the melee ones do seem to be missing it. Okay. Yeah, because I wasn't sure where I was going to put it on their format. Okay, so we'll scrub the melee weapon ones for now. I think the ranged weapons have it, even though we have two melee fighters. Yeah, looks like it didn't get to the melee one. Well, that'll be the next thing to do. We'll just assume it's a 2 for now. Why not?
Okay.
But on the ranged weapon cards, there should be, yeah, gear score listed there. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay. 2.
I'm gonna apologize if it goes really quiet for a little bit. I may just randomly say something because
To
I'm
make sure
gonna
you
start
haven't
freaking out. Yeah, it's my
turned off.
internet. So
Yeah.
Just say Marco.
Okay. So the weapon scores may not be totally up to date. Just if you don't have a weapon score, gear score for your weapon on the card there, just assume it's a 2 for the sake of the experiment and factor it in there.
Okay, what about me?
Do you have a weapon?
I have the laser beam thing, but that's about it.
So that actually has a score. If you go to surgeries, it'll be
Okay.
listed there. Yeah, all the surgeries that actually do like damage and stuff have scores.
okay, so my arms are treated like axes, so I should.
I gave you
So
that as a fancy thing.
basically-
Yeah, yeah, that was a
Yes.
yeah, but it's still a weapon, so yeah, make it a 2.
Yeah, that's just wanted to confirm.
But the surgery section, all the different surgeries should have gear scores on them.
So far, I have a gear score of 3.
The reclamation abilities do not have one here because they don't need any. They're categorized as 0.
Oh, reclaimed claws should probably have one at some point.
Surgeries? Where are these?
There we go.
You should have a surgery because you have the enhanced muscle thing.
Yeah, that's
so...
that's got a score on it.
Surgeries start on page 264, Red.
Thank you.
That's
My
operations.
cosmetics don't have a gear score.
It's probably a 0.
Here
Ah.
we go. Yeah, thank you.
Red's got a few of them. Red has hard skin, right?
Yeah, hard skin and
Yeah.
diamond weave.
Okay, so hard skin is a 4. Diamond
Okay.
weave is a 1.
Physical enhancement is a 4. I think you've got that right.
Yeah, she's got physical enhancement. So it's like, what?
So that's 9
9
so
so
far.
far?
Yeah,
Was physical enhancement was what?
a 4.
Good God. I'm expensive.
Yeah, that's
You
the
are.
thing. That's one of the biggest damage dealers in the thing, so it's got a high priority. Hatdan, the transcendent implants are all 5s.
Okay. All right. So far, I'm up to 12.
You said armor has no gear score.
Yeah, armor doesn't have any.
Okay, cool. So I have 3.
Yeah, I'm a 3.
13.
Now, you might want to look through, depending on what you guys are carrying, some of your actual equipment might have scores too. If you go through the item section, you can figure it out as you go a little bit.
Well, my pistol is a 1, and I went through all the gear I had to see, but most of my stuff's all 0s because the tools don't count for anything, the cosmetics didn't count for anything, the police whistle didn't count for anything, my
Right.
rope, my PPC bottle, my bug out ball, and it looks like that doesn't count, so...
Most of the ones that are just utility aren't going to count, but the ones that actually do things like the death marks and stuff, they count. The grenades all count. They'll be listed in the item area.
I don't have any of those things. I literally went down every item I have.
Yeah.
On the bright side, Red, you don't own very many things.
So my armor
I
doesn't
left it at
show a gear score.
Armor,
Yeah, the armor doesn't have any.
Okay, so I have a gear score of 3.
Okay. Ellie, what's yours?
20!
Yeah.
I think I got all my gear.
Why is yours so high, Ellie?
Because I'm a bioprobe with fuckloads of operation, even though I don't really
Ah.
have much offensive
That
capability.
that would do it. Well, we have to see what the operations are and see if that bends out. But like, is any of it based on equipment you're carrying?
No, technically, I have the built-in public placation system, but that's it, because I'm, again,
It just
I'm a
won't down.
bioprobe and don't have equipment.
I wasn't sure if you had loaded yourself down with grenades again.
No, I'm a bioprobe, I can't buy stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure.
Alright, so Red, you got the numbers that we gave you for your surgeries, and you went and looked at your gear, I think?
I think so. I've got the 2 gloves. Does the ammo count?
It
Uh,
will, but at the moment it doesn't have anything.
Yeah.
So
You don't have any ammo anyway right now, so it won't matter.
Yeah.
So
But at the
so
moment, it
you-
doesn't
For
really.
me.
your armor
You said
doesn't matter.
So the reclaims don't matter.
Right, the
now.
reclaims don't
Yeah.
count either. That's something that is given to the players as kind of a natural bonus.
I'm assuming you're like a 12. That would be my guess. What are
I
you
am
at?
at 13 so far.
Okay.
Okay, that seems about right.
Hard skin, diamond weave, physical enhancement, 2 gloves. And
Mhm.
I think that's it then.
All right. So
Yeah,
what,
that's
Allie,
it.
high five.
whatever your combined gear score is, take that number and divide it by 2, rounded down.
Oh,
That's a
actually,
one.
Okay.
Svi,
1.
6.
that's my 20s counting some surgeries that aren't active yet. Should they
No,
counted?
not if they're not there.
Okay, reduce it by like 4, so I'm
Okay.
at 16 right now.
I'm the highest.
Yeah.
Yeah. So take your combined
At
V
20.
score, divide it by 2, rounded down. And then to that, add your melee attack bonus and your ranged attack bonus.
Let me find it.
Okay, so 9.
On the first page for you, Red,
Got
it
it.
should say RAB and MAB.
RAB and MAB.
Those are your
Okay.
range attack bonus and your melee attack bonus.
So add just flat those numbers.
Yeah, just add those
to-
numbers to the previous one you just had there. That was divided by 2, rounded down.
And that's it.
Then there's 2 more. There's add the readiness points and the technique points that you've spent.
So, technique points.
Oh God. Okay, that's gonna go up.
Where is
34.
that information? All right, so. Do we want this typed anywhere
Yeah,
specific?
well, you get the final total and put it
44.
down in the thing so I can see it and roll 20. Because at the moment, I have no idea what the averages are.
Wait, am I adding, you said the range and the melee?
The
or-
range, the melee, your readiness, and your techniques.
So the RAB, MAB, technique points used, readiness. Huh. I actually end up lower than other people now.
Does it count
RAB.
proficiency points?
No.
No.
So it's RAB, MAB, technique.
Readiness and technique.
Oh my god, okay, hold on.
RAB, MAB.
Mine's actually 42.
Actually, I think mine's supposed to be technically less than that. 25. Because I don't think I have all my technique points spent right now, but I'm not gonna double check it.
I can't find my RAB. Control.
On your left, on the simple sheet.
Mm-hmm.
It's
On the
under
very
after
left,
total movement.
Yeah, right under total movement is RAB, then MAB. It's B19.
B19.
Yeah.
That's focus for me.
B19 is focus?
It's on the same sheet. Let me look.
The simple
try
sheet,
to-
right?
Yeah, try 2 below that.
Temp
What's-
status.
No, she must have the wrong sheet open. Do you have the one I sent you earlier? Did I send the wrong one?
4.14?
Yeah,
I
that's
thought,
a
thought
different
yeah, I should have sent you 4.15.
Oops.
My bad.
Oh no, all the changes I made. No!
Yeah.
So
Copy
I'm gonna
paste
let
this
you in
elsewhere.
on a secret. I may or may not make Sam do all the work for me. And by
Items-
may not, I mean most definitely do.
Yeah, I
So-
sent it to you earlier, but yeah, it must have just it must have like blended in with the previous file.
Oh damn, sorry.
Okay, well, on the bright side, like your RAB should be really low. It's like
I
a
like-
1.
I like Sam's momentary trying to find a plate where I'd say it's not my fault, it's your fault.
okay, so items plus weapon, RAB plus MAB
Plus readiness,
Yeah.
plus
plus
readiness.
technique.
Remember the initial gear score number, you divide that by 2.
This description's on page 308, by the way. It's just right there at the top. If you want to reference it.
That might be good.
What is this number called? This is gear score.
This is battle
Yes, gear
score.
score.
Battle
All this stuff together is battle score. Yeah.
All right, I'm just making a little thing so I can add it. Okay, I have it now. Oh, I can see those now. I can see.
Yeah, we've been talking crazy numbers at you that you didn't know.
Yeah, I've been like freaking out. I'm like, what the f is happening? All right.
Now I moved everything around because I was making space for stuff, and
7.
yeah.
All right, so here we go. So my tech score.
Okay, so I have a 1.5 item score then. After
Yeah.
rounding
You
down.
just round it down.
So 1.
1. Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
so total after all of that, gear score plus tech readiness, all that, 43.
Jeez, Toby, how did you have a 3 for gear score?
I did.
Because he,
So did I.
he owns a bow. Yeah.
I actually find
Actually,
it kind
Toby, all your specialized ammo that you bought is counting on your gear score. You know that, right?
Well, it will be. I don't think it's got a number yet.
Oh, I thought it did. Okay.
of...
Yeah, I can go back and
supposed to
check,
assume
yeah.
a 2 if we don't have a number?
That was for the guns. The ammo won't be worth that
Okay.
much.
Oh wait, I think my readiness is different on this page.
Yeah, as far as I can tell, ammo does not have anything yet.
Yeah, it will eventually, but it won't.
Yeah.
So one of the things with the gear scores, it doesn't penalize you for stockpiling. If you have 1 grenade, it's worth whatever the grenade is worth. If you have 10 grenades, it's still just worth whatever 1 grenade is worth.
Yeah, I was just thinking
so-
Toby has like 10 different types of ammo.
Right. So the idea there being not to just outright not allow people to do stuff because their score would get obscenely high, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
I
Did you
do
also
find
have
it funny that the difference between the tactical composite bow and the pistol is 1 for gear score.
It's actually 45. My mistake.
Wow.
Yes, because it's different on the sheet.
Okay.
Krusty Krab's got the highest.
So I went from one of the highest overall gear scores to one of the lowest battle scores.
I think Sam's
Or,
Oh dear God.
my battle score is 25. What's yours?
38. He's still one of the lowest.
Yeah, I'm 38.
'Cause it's like you hit
I
him
am
bad.
the lowest. How have you met me?
Well, yeah, you are the one who's built for not battle.
Mm.
So Sam's is
I still-
actually kind of close to what I would expect, like a little standard combatant to be. So you could basically be outnumbered 2 to 1, probably, and be all right. Which seems about right for what's been going on damage-wise.
That's only because my rolls have been kind of good recently.
No, I just mean in general. Like in most cases, you guys have been able to take out 2 bad guys to any one person without really having too much of a problem, as long as the bad guys were just regular chumps. Okay, so that's cool. We'll be using this a little bit in the future, but at the moment I just wanted to find out where everybody was because I don't have any new averages for this current calculation. So at the moment we're all kind of hovering in the 30 to 40 range, except for people who are major outliers. Sam
see,
says
the-
posting the
40
25.
You wanna know how valuable I am?
What have you done?
How valuable are you?
I'm 15,000 credits.
Did you need all of them? No wonder the BEPs didn't sell well, Ali. That's a horrible profit margin. For 20,000 credits, this BEP can be yours. Look at all the stuff you'll never need it to do.
I don't even have all of my surgery slots used up.
We could buy a luxury vehicle for your price,
I know.
and I'd enjoy it more.
Oh.
Hey,
Wow.
is it wrong if we comment that the BEP is an excellent ride? Because that would be taken badly,
That
isn't
does
it?
Yes,
not
sir.
like this.
That is going sad now.
BEP and inappropriate is what that is. Alright, let's see if I can find us a map that we can use for this next sequence. Why does that look nothing like the actual thumbnail for it?
What?
I just clicked on a map that had like a room with a thumbnail.
it depends on layers and what image was put down first and crap like that. There's a weird science to it.
Do. Is that too big for where I want to be? I think so. Okay, well, while I'm looking for this, who wants to summarize for Red and other people who have been absent where we are and how we got there?
Oh, it should totally be me.
Go for it.
Yes, missing last week is really going to work out well.
Mhm.
I
Alright.
told you, dude.
Yeah, I was paying attention. So, we all wound up in this wonderful survival game in this city, which may or may not have been Bick's father's fault, or at least he knows quite a bit about it.
Was there any may not be? It's like assured to be.
He might just be bullshitting us. We're not entirely sure on that one.
Yeah, as characters, we are not aware for sure
Yeah.
because as players, yeah.
Croquette wasn't there, but he was dropped in because he is
perfect.
essentially an athlete. And suddenly one of our companions left after being slightly injured. And we have essentially fought many things. The tentacle snake has occasionally done stuff that angered the people behind the game, but no one actually noticed outside of the people running the game. Evidently, we ran into the great adventurer's foe of a door. Was closed. Couldn't get through that one. And I assume that strength has been used. I probably shouldn't have done the recap.
It's alright.
Obviously, Red.
You took it
We're
as
in
far
a-
as you
we're in a
could.
city that every now and then goes onto a lockdown and has essentially a horror-themed purge event. People are given time to leave the city beforehand if they don't want to be involved, but people that stay, it's basically no holds barred survival game.
And the entire scope of the city has changed as a result. The environments are augmented with holograms or even like real props and things like that.
Pulse's
or
entertainment is
bio-made creatures.
really big on practical special effects. They've got a good team for it.
They're the original thing, not the 2011 thing.
How about for last session? Sam was there.
Yeah, Sam was there. As I recall, we were talking to a little girl, and she was supposed to be a friend of Bick's, but Bick didn't really seem that excited to like hear from this kid that was from a rival corp that his dad knew. So they were like busy
What
doing the
was
whole
your friend?
Our job was to go around the fancy mansion that we broke into, which we didn't really have to break into. We just kind of walked in because Bick's dad can do that. And we started drawing faces and stuff and mustachios and stuff on different paintings and things. And the whole time there's like this little girl that's like trapped in the safe room, and we're like, well, maybe we should get her some help because the city's been turned into a war zone. And I don't know, it just seemed like, oh gosh, I just was really worried about her. So we went to all this effort to try and help her get out of there, and she just was on, my dad's getting real mad because he's talking to her on the phone and telling her, don't let those people do those things. And we found a bookcase that was opened, and there was like a trail to some stairs behind it, and I got really excited because I was talking to the little girl at the time, and I was like, oh, what's this? And me and Croquette were going to go check it out. And all of a sudden it slammed shut. And she's like, oh, nothing to see there. You guys should go upstairs to my dad's room and go mess up his bedroom because he has all sorts of things that he'll get upset about up in his bedroom. And I kind of thought about it, and I thought, I don't really like mucking about in somebody else's bedroom. I mean, you never know what's there until you take a black light out. And I just don't feel comfortable touching any of the surfaces.
Way better to
So-
check out their
Hopefully
spooky
underpants.
basement.
Anyway, but me and Croquette were stuck with this inability to get past this bookcase. It was apparently some sort of metal door behind it, and I was telling the little girl, "Oh no, somebody got crushed behind the door. You better open it. Oh no, they're in danger." And she didn't let in that we could get in at all. So Croquette did the most natural thing he would, which was bash his knuckles into the wall until he indented into the metal to actually pry it free from the wall that we could go down there. And then we just found body after body after body. And I mean, I was a little upset. I mean, emotionally, I don't really like to see the dead, But I've been working as a scavenger out in space for a while, and you have to do a lot of work. I mean, when people die in space, it ain't pretty. Sometimes they pop. Sometimes there's that kind of glaze over frosty. It's just a really disgusting thing. But you have to clean it up if you're going to get anything useful. And also, biomatter's kind of a thing. It does sell pretty well on the market. So I just kind of casually started loading things into the buckets because get it out of the way because nobody wants to walk in it, but we get it out of the way. And we kind of noticed that this one arm that we kind of managed to rip free after forcing this door to close on the top of the elevator, because it's kind of creepy having the elevator hatch kind of open, as this arm dropped down. And I was like, oh, it looks like a little girl's arm. And I was like, oh no, one of her little playmates might have died down here. But the girl got really upset, but not in the way you'd think. It's kind of a weird kind of grief. But so we basically were like, hey, what's going on about this? And when we came upstairs, she was holding Bix's father hostage with a big sentry gun, and we had to kind of diffuse it a little bit because it turns out she wasn't actually a little girl anymore. She was actually the little monster that ate all the people, because there's like 40 dead people down there. It was rank. I mean, if you ever smelled after somebody's died, after a couple hours, I mean, the bowels evacuate. It's a nasty thing. It's not good to be around at all. Well, anyway, so it's pretty rank down there, and we decided not to go looking anymore. And we were kind of like, if this lady is going to just go with us, and she knows a bunch of things, we can kind of ride that for as long as we can. And if her body ends up in a ditch somewhere, it won't feel too bad. So that's kind of where we're at right now. We're getting out of the thing. We got into a little safe house. We found a nice safe place to kind of do stuff. I'm kind of hoping other people are keeping watch because, Heckle and Jekyll, the creepy lady, I'm kind of not sure how she's going to do. But at the same time, I'm tired. This is a long game. And I don't really see how a normal person's supposed to participate. I feel like maybe the Pulse rigs this kind of thing. Because I've seen a lot of Pulse and, people here that seem ready to compete. And that just seemed kind of weird because the city didn't strike me as that kind of a city. But what do I know? Anyway, that's my recap. I've killed everybody.
Excellent recap.
I like it.
I think you went briefly Scottish in there, but
Actually, the whole accent sounds a little differently now that you're on the different mic. So I was thrown a little bit because the pitch is different than it normally is. Because the mic's
I'm also,
different.
trying to remember it a bit. She's kind of more like Rowena meets a Minnesotan.
A bit, yep. So body and a wood chipper, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, that's more or less where we are now. And if you didn't catch all of it, don't worry about it too much. We're moving along.
that is cold.
Well, I was talking about your part.
Are you going to reward her for something?
Zev doesn't reward. Zev only takes.
This is HSD, the game where the rules are made up and the points don't matter. You get 1,000 points for your stuff that you did. I'm not going to specify what kind of. No, not XP. No, it's just it's points. Yeah, straight up points.
Is it 1,000 points towards my battle score? Some padding.
1,000 points toward debt. Go.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay. So you guys have made it into this safe house kind of situation where you are. It's clearly the end of this kind of escape tunnel. It belonged to. Oh no, we've deleted the name that I was supposed to have for reference. What was dude's name? Quick.
What do you mean?
Dude's name
You moved us to another.
I moved us to another map.
Why?
Oh, because I'm a fool.
Ronald.
Was it?
No,
No.
it wasn't Ronald. It wasn't, because they wrote Reginald and it was something else.
Roderick. There it is. I found it.
Roderick, yeah. See,
Yes.
I wrote it down. You know what? We're gonna make a notes. So I can't do that because I'm not GM. God damn it!
Make yourself GM again.
You can solve that with a button click. Yeah.
Rejoining as GM.
Yeah. You can. This is
Anymore, which is effectively dead.
a safe house at the end of this escape tunnel from Roderick's home. That your new compadre, who is still a elegant but creepy-looking little critter, has led you down to the end of the tunnel and said that here you will be safe for the evening. suggested that people started taking shifts because tomorrow will be the beginning of the second day, which is where things start to get a little more dangerous.
Alright, Zev, if you end up checking in the area where all the character sheets are, there's a reminder there. It'll always be there for you.
Nice. Good. The NPCs, as in the only one there will ever be.
Yes.
So, what's Big's dad's name?
Thurston.
Big's dad.
All right.
Thurston Howler the Third.
Thought that was Big's name.
No, I'm Thurston Howler the Fourth.
Oh, well, that does make it easier.
I was hoping they'd name you the 5th just to confuse everyone.
There was a 4th in there, but we don't use even numbers here. We're all odd.
You see, the sad thing is when he left the office today, he told his wife that he's gonna take his son in to go do stuff. She was like, "May the 4th be with you."
Oh, glad we had that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Anywho, there's a restaurant frontage here that was used as the kind of facade for this safe house, but essentially there's an apartment in the back to keep safe. Looks pretty well protected. It's got armored doors and whatnot. But Nis, who is the character that you met last time, has insisted on keeping shifts. And doesn't seem to be springing up to keep the first one. Perhaps she's kind of aware that she might not be trusted in this particular situation. But she does seem to be kind of frittering. She's like in the corner, scribbling around on the ground, not actually making any kind of coherent sense with any giants. It's just kind of like keeping busy. It looks like somebody who's very fidgety and nervous. There, you don't hear a whole lot on the outside just yet. It's getting, I'm not going to say it's too late in the evening because it was starting to get toward evening time as you guys arrived there and you weren't in the building for that long. So it's probably 8 o'clock, something like that. And you are pretty secure in the knowledge that you are alone in your current position. Hopefully could not be followed. You went through a secret door to get there. So right now things seem pretty good. There's a little printer in there that can manufacture most things if you want to feed it particular monies, and I think I still owed you guys some fun bucks, so there's going to be a bug out bag with some fun bucks in here. We'll say, how many people do we have? 1, 2, 3.
I wrote
4.
down fun bucks from last time. Is this additional?
Yeah, this is new fun, because you had fun bucks at the beginning of last time. You got fun bucks on this time here. There's a bug out bag with 400 fun bucks.
Do we have to share that?
Yeah,
Is that if we
that's
split
all
it?
that's in there. Is the 400. And at the moment, you are just the 3 of you, right? 4 of you. That's in there.
But Rao's currently here.
Rao's there, Croquette's there, Sam's there, Bix there, so it's the 4 of you. You have 100
Yeah,
fun
but
bucks each if
technically
you want.
Bix here and Bix Dad
He doesn't need fun
and
bucks.
this.
I don't think Bix Dad gets fun bucks. Bix Dad
Does this
owned half the city.
does Nis take fun bucks?
Only if you give them to her.
So we're each getting 100 fun bucks, is what you're basically saying.
If you decide to split it that way. I said there was a bag with 400 fun bucks in it.
I took 400 fun bucks.
Then there was a
and-
bag with nothing in it. Why would someone put a bag there?
What
How
kind of
bizarre.
Fake Minnesotan just steals money.
Well, I just finding it, and I figured I'd hold on to it, until I find the real owners.
It's not theft if I
Yeah.
just find it and then spend it before anybody knows.
I'm gonna take a picture of it with my phone, and then, if they can prove it's theirs.
There is also an emergency communication system in here that would probably connect you to whoever it is that Roderick would have on the other end of his emergency communications line, should you decide to use it. Nis has not approached it, but it's there on the wall, doing whatever. You also have a couple camera views to the outside. One of them seems to work. It's pointing toward the street. The other ones do not. There's 2 more that don't seem to be showing anything.
So I am going to hand Rao 100 fun bucks. I'm going to give Croquette 100 fun bucks. And I'm going to offer Bic 100 fun bucks.
Vic will easily take the 100 fun bucks, and he's immediately shoving it into the printer and printing new arrows.
Seems pretty good.
All right. And then I'm going to give Nis 100 fun bucks.
What? No, I mean, I don't even know what to do with these.
Well, you see, there's a printer over there.
No, I know
and
what to
you
do with these. I
spend it
just
as
don't know what to do with
currency.
these.
Do you know what currency is?
Shouldn't they be go into him?
Who?
Pointing to the tentacle cog that was certainly in the previous episode, even though we didn't see him do
I
anything.
gave him 100 already.
Well, you should have enough for everybody. So who's missing? You?
Yeah.
You keep
Well,
it.
I don't really do that much. I don't have to like expend very much, and you kind of did just kind of get us into a nice safe house, so you earned your keep.
Yeah, but we just fled the. I am consumed by
You're
guilt.
gonna need money, dear.
What do I buy?
I don't know. I was gonna say something to eat, but I thought about it. And thought it was a
Well, you don't know anything about any kind of consumption
I
that took
know, but
place.
out of character.
Yeah.
Get yourself a couple of them, those energy bars or something like that. You're gonna need something to keep your, get a good meal in you. I don't know. You're probably gonna want to get a different sense of clothes because you kind of stand out a bit. I mean, look around at what we're traveling with.
Clothes.
Keep that in mind. But there's that. But you might want a hood.
No,
Or
yeah,
something.
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, get some clothes, okay? Get some nice clothes and get a toss away toggle or something so you can kind of pass your. I don't do this kind of thing. I don't got that many friends in low places, but you just get
Well.
something to get you around. Maybe some tools like some lock picks. I don't know what you're gonna be doing. I don't know what you do.
She will get
But
up and
but here, take this money and like I said, get some clothes to start, and then it's money smooths over a lot of problems. All right, so just keep it. All right.
she will take it and go over to the printer and get to the point where she can get to clothing, and then just kind of stay there and has the look of somebody who's paralyzed by choices. Hasn't even gotten to the point of picking styles. Doesn't seem to be past particular like looks or anything like that. Hasn't even gotten to size. Just stuck, and is staring at the thing like she isn't really sure how to proceed. There's other parts of the room. If you guys you want to drop tokens down, that's fine. Go for it, or I'll drag them
Okay.
out. You got a token over here.
Do I just like materialize or should I wait?
No,
No,
just
we're not
wait.
in yet.
Yeah,
We're not in yet.
you'll
You're not
come in
yet.
as
You're
the
coming.
I'm ready, coach. Put
stuff
me in.
proceeds.
Put me in, coach.
Yeah, like me. Oh no, Rao, we've got two of you. Alright, there we go, I fixed it.
Rao has to get his legs.
Yeah.
Let Rao. This is
Yeah,
what I was
Rao,
telling you
help
about with the
Rao.
extra.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
He takes a couple spaces.
Yeah, because he's bigger.
It's
Sam, do
Rao,
you-
Wait,
Trow,
do I
and
take-
Lao.
More space now because you maxed.
No, you're still only a 3 hexer.
Okay.
You're just denser built.
You do have
Hey,
do have
don't call me dense.
you have an additional +1 to your reach though.
So now I can be like, woo.
So I should really just put it like this.
I guess if you want to. Who shifted the
I'm
hex
doing
grid?
that.
Is that Sam?
I changed that because it doesn't match the hex tokens.
Alright. Sam, do you happen to have the picture that Disney made of your Exodus character?
Yeah.
Can you like make a token of that so that I've got something to use for the NPC? If you get the chance.
Yeah, I can do that.
Unless
I was
you-
making tokens earlier. I can do this now. 1 second.
Unless you really just don't want me to play that character, I guess that's up to you.
Well, I don't care. It's fine with me. It's a really pretty picture.
Oh.
Wait, the Disney picture or the Aaron Kitty picture?
I thought Disney made one of your countess.
Oh, I think yeah, she did.
I thought you
I
did.
just gotta find it.
It was all fancy.
I have a lot of fancy pictures of her. It's because Exo-Nymphs are one of my favorite things in your game, and I get to play one.
I'm sorry.
Sad.
Wait, you NPC'd
face.
one.
I NPC'd one, but I haven't gotten to play one.
Yeah, but that's the excuse everybody feeds me when I don't get to play stuff. So I mean, you get it too.
Oh.
All
I get
right,
it.
so we have to kill off Sammy's character and go through with an Exonymph now.
I'd have to actually come up with legit rules at some point. We will use the NPC Exonymph token until then. She can be over here by the printer.
Yeah, I will figure
Can
out
one
where
of
the
y'all
hell
print
I
me
put-
out?
Patience,
That
Padawan.
would be so cool.
So you're in the room right now, and you've got a couple different chambers. There's a little place like a bathroom. There's a locker storage area that might have emergency equipment. There's the spot that you popped up in, which is basically this living room here that has the printers and a few other devices around. And then there's an entrance that will take you toward the actual restaurant that is the front facade. So you can poke around a little bit if you guys want to.
You said restaurant, right?
Yeah, the restaurant is the front part.
Oh, no, I'm going.
Okay.
Yeah, last time we were in a restaurant, he got the fight.
That's
so-
that's just down here. So the double doors that are on the bottom will be your front door area. That'll lead out to there.
Okay.
Yep, that'll be over there. And then we'll just have to guess at the door locations for other stuff. They're gonna be right here. We'll have one over here that leads toward the bathroom, and one over here that leads toward the emergency locker, and then this was where the kind of secret door popped up right here. That'll do. At the moment, that door is locked, Kronos. So do you want to kind of finagle your way out of it, or how do you want to handle that? It locks from this side, but if you unlock it, it's unlikely you'll be able to relock it from the other end.
Grant's gonna look back and go, I'm gonna get food. And then he's going through the door.
Okay, so you unlock the door and open it up.
Yep.
Down on the other end is, let me zoom out a little bit here. The front area, and it's basically a hole-in-the-wall shop. It's not huge, because they don't have too many people wandering it around and stuff. It's only about this big. Actually, the area on the back is arguably larger, but where you would get provisions and yummy little sundries to consume. And as you walk out, you hear the sound of something consuming with great vigor. So apparently something has found its way in here already. Front door is a little ajar.
Grant's gonna start looking for food.
Where
He ends up
is...
finding the thing that he has to that's there, then he'll punch it. He wants food.
All right. You will come around the desk area and think of it kind of like the back zone of the restaurant, right? You come out, then you got the counter where everybody would be sitting, and then there's a little open area on the back door, or the front door rather, which would be right over here. All right. So here's your counter. There's the door that you're coming through. There'll be a little hallway that I don't really have pictured here, and then you got kind of stuff, places to sit, and stuff like that. Yeah. Various doodads. Maybe there's a refrigerator over here or something like that for various other things. Little printer. You come out and you hear sounds coming from this area, and you occasionally see kind of a hulking form over there. It seems really big. The sounds are kind of clackety and a little on the worrying side.
Grant's gonna go around the desk.
Okay. Off on the other side over here is
A large pistol shrimp.
a large God knows what. You've never seen its like. It's surely a monster. What's this character dressed in?
A pair of boxer shorts, boxer shoes with 2 boxing gloves on, which is making it really hard to open the refrigerator.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's basically
those
good.
kind of boxer shorts.
Yeah.
Sorry for fighting. They're my new best friend.
Towering
Crying at each
5'5",
other.
by the way.
Punch him in the face.
So
I think I'm taller than you at that point.
the shape that you were seeing was the massive kind of backplating on this whatever it is that is shining and iridescent in all sorts of different colors that seems to be reacting to the stuff around it, and is going through just food. Like there was a display case here, and the display case is now open. He's foraging for dinner as the evening goes forward. As you come around the side here. So Francois, let's have you do your first perception check just to see if you notice this guy come around the corner here while you're distracted. So the way this
Alright.
works is you've got a mind perceive score written somewhere on your sheet there.
Oh boy.
Or not mind, sorry, body perceive, because it's a physical thing. So body perceive score written
Oh,
somewhere in the sheet there.
he's good at body perceive.
Oh, I see it. I see it. I have perceived my body perceive. All right.
Okay, what is the score?
Success.
It is a 9. How
Okay.
do I do that?
So you will do /roll d10 plus 9.
Oops. 1d10 plus 9.
And this is just a basic standard perceive to see if you notice something in the room with you, because he's not trying to hide. And you got a 16?
Yes.
Looks like? Okay, so for something that is not trying to be actively hidden, but you might have missed if you weren't looking around, the difficulty is the standard difficulty for the game, which is 12. So you noticed. As he came around the corner there, because he wasn't really trying to hide himself, you see a form come around the side of you and can look up and react.
Oh. Francois. Well, you think he's looking at you. There's these 2 giant bulbous things sticking out of the top of this creature. And it makes some sort of noise. You probably aren't sure where the mouth is exactly, but it says, hey, is there anything good here to eat?
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to find out.
Now this is a part where we kind of need to decide what your backstory was, because did you say that you were a Pulse fighter?
Yes.
You might know each other. It's possible you've been in the same tournaments, you may have seen each other before, so this is where we're going to make that realization. Now you can decide that you know each other, we don't have to roll anything, but if you want to, just random it, we can roll something.
Is this other character a boxer?
He is an all-around fighter
Oh,
and is quite
You want to be
famous
the
for...
Vegeta to my Goku?
Yeah, it's basically
Okay.
the same
Oh,
concept.
God.
So I
I want out.
can't beat you. I can't beat you in a fight, but we're like frenemies.
You can do like a rivalry. Maybe you've been in the same fights before, you've seen each other, but it's entirely possible that you recognize him because you're both in the same city right now, and you're both in pretty much the same career as well.
Do you want to have been tag team duo buddies at one point?
Yeah. My best buddy. Hey, best buddy.
Dude. What?
Before
I
the
know
sync
what hell
continues,
is.
we should probably figure out what their names are so that we don't have to do buddy the whole time.
No, Buddy's great.
No, they never actually learned each other's names back
Right.
either.
Punch 1 and Punch 2.
Yeah.
I'm
This
not
other
entirely
person who
sure.
also joined the active
Their
punching.
team was Punch Out.
Yeah, my character's stage name was Po Boy with an I.
Nice.
Like their stage name is normal name because he's a moron.
Croquette's stage name is Marmalade.
They
Oh,
tried to give Croquette other names, but he never seemed to.
To get them.
Answer
Well,
to
yeah,
them?
that's somebody
So-
else. Why would he answer to anything other than Croquette? It's not his name. Come on.
Turn order.
Okay, so Croquette, you know this shrimp. This guy is been something that's been in your circles before. You've had tag team matches in the past, and he is probably down here to do the same thing you're doing, which is kick ass, take names, and more or less be pretty for the camera.
Did he also get the camera cake?
He might have.
No, he's saying
Oh.
that Croquette asking in character. That's the idiot voice to me.
If we got the what?
It
Camera
sounded
cake.
so much like your real voice.
The camera,
There's a good
camera
reason for
cake?
that.
Yeah.
Camera
The
cake.
camera
The
cake?
thing,
What is that?
the thing with punching on camera so he looked good. I don't make money.
Gotcha.
They told me punching and I just kind of checked that after that point.
Yeah, Francois does indeed confirm that he is here to punch stuff. In fact, he because he can't open the fridge with his gloves, he just meteor punches it to spill its contents on the ground.
Which promptly destroys everything in the fridge, but it's open.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
That
We're
works.
scavengers. We don't really. care
As
about
an aside, cheers.
These are every decision he's ever made.
I'm
You're
gonna
gonna
need another.
need more than that for this, Swede.
Oh, we're not done yet. I have a few more. Anywho,
I mean, I'm still looking for that picture. I apparently can't find my. I found like a whole bunch of pictures of Countess, but I haven't found that one.
Oh, that's pretty too. So you guys hear voices outside. Apparently, Croquette has run into something. Close the door behind him, so you're not, or the door closes itself because it's supposed to be a hidden thing. But you hear voices on the other side. Unfortunately, you can't peer through the cameras to it because apparently the interior cam for the restaurant is one of the ones that no longer works.
Oh, did they hear the giant crashing noise of something being broken?
That is the thing they probably hear. So outside there was a sudden.
I'm looking over at the rest of the group. So, do we even want to bother, or do we want to just let Croquette just annihilate it?
Are we supposed to kill everything?
I don't think we're supposed to kill everything. I think we're supposed to survive.
We could go see.
Yeah, probably best. Probably already beat it to death. And Vic is going to look for where Croquette left.
So that is the doorway down at the bottom. If you're heading down in that direction. There are also the bathrooms and the other storage facility if you're looking for additional gear and other things around here that might be important. Sam, what are you up to?
I'm trying to very gently coach somebody how to make a purchase.
Okay, so you're occupied over yonder.
Yeah.
Thanos, what are you doing? That's Rao, by the way.
Oh,
Is that what we're going by now?
Angry Snake Man.
Hmm.
I'm going to follow Bick because it looks like he's going to get himself into trouble.
Okay.
And I will be helpful, so smiling.
You were heading down south?
Yes.
Alright, the two of you will head
I
out
didn't
to
know
the
you were
front.
keeping the smile going.
As you close the door behind him, the door closes as it is designed to do, and there is a sound of shuffling that comes from the inventory room. Sam, do a body perceive.
Oh, the Sam was searching. Okay.
You're right. Do a complicated body perceive. Which is more on my. Yeah, just roll it like normal.
You mean
It
me
just
to the
changes
person that's
target
trying
view.
to find the picture you wanted? Just saying, you mean the person that's finding the picture. Okay, so it's 2d10 plus the thing.
Not just a D10 plus the body perceive score.
Actually, one sec, I gotta refresh roll 20. I think it died. Come on, roll 20. Back. Roll 20.
Sam has so much artwork, she has to categorize this stuff. I have one folder that just says gift art. There's like 10 things in it.
That's because
That's
I get
cool.
art for other people.
Yeah, the sheer number of art that you got from my characters is astounding, let alone for your own characters and numerous other characters.
Yeah.
I enjoy all the pictures of Drac.
Yeah, good pictures of Drac. Okay, so roll d10 plus 6, I think it is, for my body perceive. And I'll be ready to throw a focus at it in a second.
Would you like to throw stuff?
I'll throw a focus at that to make it a 12.
Alright, you still fail.
Cool, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm busy! I'm busy!
She is going to search, which hers isn't very good either right now, so. And,
That's
plus.
because the both of us are having a hard time doing things.
Oh god. Not a whole lot. Thump,
It
thump,
might
thump.
be a little bit worse.
Well, seeing as how I need to kind of have this occur anywho, just because otherwise it'll take too long to get Ellie in here, we're gonna say that you hear it. Since you got it to 12 anyway, it doesn't need to be complicated. So you hear the sound of something wrestling in the inventory room. It is obviously the sound of movement.
I don't want to alarm you, but you seem to be drooling a bit while you're looking at the... You know what? I'll just go check it out.
What? Check what out?
There's something moving around in here. Didn't you hear it?
There shouldn't be anything moving around in here.
There's something moving around in here.
She looks very
I think I
concerned about
know.
but it was sealed. This is supposed to be the Roderick family's safe room. There was no. How did something get in? There's nothing in here.
All right, we can play 20 questions, or we can hike up our big girl pants, and we can go around and make sure it's safe.
Okay.
How about the first one?
She looks at you as though waiting for you to tell her which one of those options we'll be doing.
I'm gonna just facepalm briefly as I walk away to go look.
The darkened room on the side is darkened, shockingly.
I have a flashlight.
All right, you turn it on, and you see an inventory room in there, and there's racks up on the walls and various provisions, emergency gear, stuff like that. And on the bottom, toward one of the end racks, is a box that is hopping. And the box is hopping as though it's trying to get up onto a shelf, but it continually hits the side of the shelf and falls back down again. And then it hops, and then hits the shelf and falls back down again. Because it's just not getting the vertical.
I'm going to turn the flashlight off, turn to Nis, and go, I don't think we have anything to worry about here.
The box is much larger than you, Sam. It could probably kick your ass. I'm just saying.
The box has bigger problems right now than me.
The box repeatedly attempts to get to the shelf, and is repeatedly met with the same failure. It seems as though this jump will never succeed. It does not appear as though the box is deterred as it attempts another jump of the same respect.
So, how sad is it that I could watch this all day?
Your battery will gun out. Do you want to turn the light on?
Sure. I'll flip the switch.
Allie, your world is bright. Your world hasn't been
My world
bright.
is already bright. Brett had her headlights on. She's got I-beams. She's got bioluminescence.
This is the first time this world has been bright since you were placed in this particular shelf ages ago as an emergency nurse unit in the event of injury in the safe room.
Hello? Is there an emergency?
Please state the nature of the medical emergency.
That can help.
Oh, can I roll to see if I know what that is?
What's your background?
Huh?
Do a mind and protocol.
Mind protocol plus generico.
Okay, I have protocol of 2. How
Hey,
difficult is it?
I'm gonna say 3. It's pretty obscure.
All right. So I get like a D10
D10,
plus a
D8.
D8.
Yeah. Plus
Even though
whatever
I'm
your
smart.
mind score is.
My mind score is okay. It's not as smart as some people. I'm not as smart as some people's be.
Not good enough.
Not as smart.
You are aware of what that may be.
Oh, we don't want one of those.
Hello?
Was it okay, or do I have to ask the 20 questions?
It's largely harmless unless it explodes on
Hello?
its own. It's just badly made.
Bep is here.
It's from. You ever heard of the company Generico?
Yes, I founded it. Wait, no. Yeah. What did you find?
It's one of their products.
Oh, well, let me.
It's a bet.
Really? And she sprints happily over there, having completely forgotten apparently the clothing issue, to peek through the side and go, "It is a BEP. Look, it's new in box.
Hello?
Hello,
An IB.
Hello?
hello,
I-beams.
Hello?
hello."
Hello?
Oh God, I'm stuck in a loop. She sits down for a second and begins to quake.
Bep can assist you from getting out of the loop.
Oh, I'll get over it. I'll get over it. Hang on. And then something actually genuinely bizarre kind of happens. So she'd been rocking for a little while here, getting stuck, hung up on things. She was stuck on the the clothing issue, and then it got stuck in a little loop here, and it was mostly just seemed like she might be addled. But all of a sudden, there's an actual like a sudden twitch, and the skin sheds, and she becomes another body just instantly, just surges up into another form, falls forward, falls out of skin, surges into another form, falls all the way to the ground, and falls out again, and something similar to what she was looking, but a lot more decayed and honestly haggard looking. And there's just like it's like stuck freeze frames on an artifacting GIF or something like that, where you just like saw a portion and it froze there, and you saw the next portion and it froze there, and you saw the next one in a set of animations of bodies that just she fell out of. And they were dramatic changes. She went from being normal size to big to small again in 3 different forms, and has fallen on the ground and is now shaking. Looks like somebody who requires medical attention. And I don't know if Bep ever turned around, so she may have missed it.
Yeah, this is what I was going to ask.
Hey, something's wrong with her. It's crap. I'm just gonna use my mind thing and rip the box open.
Oh my
carelessly.
god!
Yeah, you can help her.
Box damage.
Mom box.
Bep looks frantically at box, but then looks at the body on the floor. I've never seen this character before, Speed. What am I looking at?
Well, it's an exonymph, so you haven't seen her anyway. But she just looks hurt. She looks like she's shivering and sick.
Okay, Bep is going to quickly waddle over to the downed person, and the mechadendrites pop up and seem to start looking over, and I will do a medicine check.
Difficulty on this to really figure out anything useful is going to be 5, because she's
5? Okay. I have
bizarre.
a 5.
All right, so you're on evens, 10s.
Yep, D10 plus D10 plus my mind. Exert, right?
Yeah, nice. You were able to discern that while you're not really sure what the norms are, this is definitely out of it. Shivering, kind of feverish, looks like she's having what you might diagnose as an anxiety attack.
Oh no. Bep is going to access memories on how to treat an anxiety attack. Bep will just start, patting her with the little nut paw. There, it will be okay.
It's just like
okay.
pat the head.
It's okay.
Bep will start emulating a soft tune as it does it.
Bep's calibration system's a little out of date, so the soft tune consists of just goes on for a while. In the meantime,
all I can think is right now, Sammy's just looking at this and thinking, this is going in exactly as I thought would happen if I relied upon a Generico nurse system to do anything.
out front, you guys have come out to find Croquette and his new buddy engaged in either a sport of fisticuffs or raiding food that does not belong to them, whichever one came first.
I like to think we're having a flex off right now.
Yes.
While eating.
Yes.
It's going to be a Full Metal Brotherhood situation where it's just a whole lot of like...
But have they passed down that process through generations?
Absolutely.
Generation.
Vic is coming around the corner, being very cautious, and just sees the flexing going on, stops, turns back around, and walks right past Rao. Doesn't say anything, just
Nope,
Just
not dealing
start-
with it.
just stark white. His first lost color. He's just like, there's 2 of them now. There's 2 of them.
As
2 of them.
as you walk by, your dad walked out with you, and as you pass by, he goes forward, sees it, and goes, "By Jove, my people!" and steps up on the thing. He's about half the height of any of them, rips his shirt off, and it's all, full. That's
this guy
right.
knows what's going on.
He's got a traditional dwarven build of sorts. He's small and rather densely built. There's a belly, but it is surrounded by mountain man muscles. So he joins in the flex off rather abruptly. Who went out with you? Rao? I think Rao did.
Yes, I will continue and then happen upon these flexing people.
Mhm.
And I will also,
Flex.
which will be very difficult because I mostly just have tentacles.
Yeah, this is
that
one of
don't,
those.
have muscle.
This is one of those
But
things
I'm
that.
going to look very pleased at the entire goings on.
I'm going to smile very widely because that shows satisfaction and friendliness.
Like the humans do.
Definitely
Right.
show lots of teeth because that's what people expect from a smile. And,
You're damn right.
you know, just because they're sharp and pointy and scary should never discount the possibility that it looks friendly.
Exactly.
And you know, curl all several tentacles that are my various limbs.
Francois, a mechanical kill monster has come out of the wall and is here to end you.
I'm going to look to my buddy and say, "Hey, buddy, the fuck is that?" Oh, am I allowed to curse on this?
Yeah, I don't really care.
On the stream?
Yeah,
Okay,
no.
okay. Fuck yeah.
I like how the immediate follow of that was fuck yeah.
Oh, he's with us. He's terrifying.
Wait, what?
Says Rao, saddened, having never heard this before.
Flex with us, giant tentacle monster.
I think he is.
Oh, perfect.
Now, is that what he was doing? So, I just thought he was trying to continue to scare everybody. All right.
Oh,
Oh, you
Francois
know,
will eventually ask what it is that brought you here and all that good stuff.
so I finally figured out why it is I could not find a Disney image that I had gotten of Countess.
Why is that?
Because there was never a Disney image done of Countess.
But you showed it. I thought.
I have the picture she did of Halloween Wisp, my superhero. Is this the one you're thinking of?
Is it?
no, I've never seen that one. That is a great one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Holy crap.
I'm pretty sure you did have 8 picture countouts done by
Also,
somebody.
where are you putting that? I can't find it anywhere.
It's in
Oh,
the
it's an RPG.
channel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe that is what I was thinking of. Well, then what was? I thought there was another one because it had like the actual bee markings and everything on it. Was that somebody else?
Yeah, this one, that's the one from Aaron Kitty.
Oh.
This is why I've been searching everywhere. I've been going insane.
Well, I'm glad I could help.
Hate you.
Oh, go ahead and use that one then.
That's so nice of you. Thank you.
Okay. Well, it's not my fault you couldn't remember you got one from Disney.
I was sitting there going, did I? I talked to Disney about doing it, but yeah.
All right.
Here, I'm doing stuff.
So, yeah, go ahead and answer Francois, because had asked how you guys got there.
Basically, I was hired to, keep people from dying in the event. Hero, the usual thing. And I found them, and I just kind of started following them.
Neat.
And he's gonna look over at Rao, who I'm assuming kind of slumped a bit from the frightening comment. And I mean, like a good frightening.
But
It's like a good frightening. It's neat. It's really marketable. Yeah, friendly. It's marketable.
Your friends are hideous. I like it.
Just you're a giant tentacle monster as well.
Everybody who is actually everybody everywhere can do a body perceive check.
Which was the last thing I did. Is it still at the bad?
So on the perceives, I actually control the complication part, because with perceives you don't necessarily need another target value. So it's pretty much always a d10 for the perceive stuff.
Okay.
But everybody looks like they're looking pretty good,
No!
except for Bick.
Wow.
Vic is utterly disturbed.
Yeah, Big is too busy going, Dad is flexing. They're all flexing.
that image is burned into your retinas now, and
My childhood.
No, actually, there's the comment of bleach, must find mind bleach. I know they made it.
well,
Mind
at
bleach.
least you didn't see your father also joining in.
Nobody knows. There's no way
I
Dad
know.
could resist. Yeah, there was only one way that was ending. So those of you who are paying attention, which was most of you, will pick up through various cues. The ones who are in the back over here will notice on the security footage, which is over in this way, that there are some things coming around the side of the building. Those of you who are in the front will probably just hear them. The ones in the front can hear scraping, kind of. These headphones cancel noise so well, but I'm not even sure if I'm making noise down here. But they hear scraping coming from the outside, like something cumbersome is dragging its way along. Those of you on the inside will actually see them, and they look a whole lot like the tall, spindly things that you faced on the other side of that strange portal that you went through. There are gaunt shadows of just really absurdly tall, stretched out bodies that are kind of creeping around them. And then as they pass by shadowy in the camera, you also see coming alongside them some of the creatures that you faced early on, that were the broken, bent backward people that were walking around and were screaming at the cars and making them levitate. Also soon to be traveling with them. So there's a pretty big crowd of unpleasant things coming around the corner.
So you mean that thing that we can't talk about now because it would be racist to talk about the crab walking people in front of the shrimp?
That's a thing.
Oh, wow.
It's okay. Everyone knows pips aren't actually real people.
It's true.
Oh.
Says the bioprobe.
I'm not a person at all. I'm not even pretending to be.
You're right.
So it's a pretty big crowd of somewhat dangerous things.
A lot of stuff to hit.
Hey.
I thought we were in mandatory downtime.
Oh, Ginger Snaps, are we still on mandatory downtime, or do they have a tendency to change that? How does this work?
The downtime means that you're not going to get ambushed. If you walk out and go find something, it's you don't get free reign. You know, it means that you can.
Guys, you might want to make sure you get inside. I think there's something going on outside.
Yeah, we can see them.
Certainly.
Oh, you can't see them currently. They're coming around the side. You can hear them. Yeah, you can hear them.
It's very bad. Also, I think there's something wrong with Nis, and we opened up a box, and there's a misshapen toy animal. It was in it.
That sounds sweet.
Is it a new friend?
With my medicine roll, is there anything I can actually do for Nis?
Well, you're essentially doing it, because at the moment there's not much to do other than wait for it to pass, if that is what it is. And you're fairly certain it is, but you're also not, it's bizarre anatomy, so.
Give her sedatives.
Yeah, I guess you could try to do that, but you have no guarantee that, like, one of your little bits of medical programming is if you don't know what it is, don't drug it. So.
Oh, but that little bit of programming is flickering a bit.
I'd like to point out that a previous medical character you had drugged it every time.
Three's previous medical attempts on one of my characters lost me an arm, so I don't know how much I trust it.
But gained you a legacy.
His advice.
So.
Leg.
Bep, upon hearing all the noise and such outside, will turn to Sammy and go, "We require quiet."
Yeah, we require silence. There's some hostiles in the area, and we want to limit the injuries.
So what you're saying is I should go out there and hit him till they stop.
No, we're on break time.
That is a point. What do you think, Best Buddy?
I think we should go hit them till they stop. Because
like
the
a
camera demands it.
Well, I mean, I guess if we get them while they're still setting up, they'll have less chance to be more powerful later.
Oh,
yeah, there you go.
Does Francois see Sammy now?
I'm yelling from across the room.
I
think you guys are still out in the other thing. I'm basically yelling from outside the room.
That requires quiet.
Croquette, you got more friends than I thought you were capable of making. Good job.
I don't know.
I'm surprised too. I didn't know he knew anybody. After all the concussions I assumed he's had.
I've only had, and he starts counting on his fingers.
And
See him get to 4, look at his hand for a second, then start
back
counting.
at 1.
This happens about 5 or 6 times, and then he just holds up a hand with 2 fingers up this many.
The
Yes,
vet
that-
unit marches up to you and points at the door angrily, as if to look off. If you're going to be loud, you can leave.
I am going to
Trying to
float
turn
back.
with a huff and stomp this way as much as I can stomp.
This one.
So,
Oh, there's Snake blocking this door.
Substantially quieter. Yes, I'm going to head in the exact opposite direction, so towards Sammy.
hi.
Waving kindly with
I am waving kindly,
Multiple
giving that nervous
tentacles.
smile of somebody who's a little weirded out, but trying to be nice, because me and Ralph been pretty good buddies so far.
I don't know if you can tell if Francois is smiling at all. I'm not sure. There's
I
really a
don't-
face.
That's kind of hard to tell with Francois, yeah. So you're one of Big's friends, or you're one of Croquette's friends?
He's one of my friends, and he's jerking a thumb at himself really, like, proudly.
Like, I have a friend.
We're not
I will
friends,
flip.
Kakarot!
This is the way our people say hello. You're the tiniest boxer I've ever met. Francois says the same.
I don't know you,
Hey.
Bob.
I don't.
That's
I'm
the
not
same.
really. I don't do that. The punchy thing. I kind of don't. No, that's not a good one. Anyway,
Oh, you should. You'd get a good head.
do we want to go on the offensive with the things out there, or do we want to wait till after rest time's over?
I am all for hitting things.
Bick, what do you think? You're kind of you and your dad are kind of the ones calling the shots.
Bick has moved away and is kind of going through. He's
Bick,
actually trying to
get
mix
back
the
over
cock.
here.
Actually, he has bleach, ammonia, and various other chemicals out. Going, okay, what was the chemical composition of mind bleach?
Bap, someone's trying to ingest bleach over here. Can you come help
Hey.
them?
Sweet. With my surgery of heavy sensory augmentation, meaning I can hear and see for days, can I hear what's going on in that room?
Yeah, probably. Well, I don't know if you closed the door or not, but
I didn't close any doors.
okay.
Which direction is all the commotion?
Down
Well, not our
this
commotion.
way at the bottom of the map.
Oh, okay.
So it's
Well,
fine.
if it's not too brazen, I'm just gonna pick up the tiny mouse and we're gonna go ahead and go fight things because that's the smallest
I
MMA
don't
fighter
like
I've
this
ever
at
seen.
all.
I would love to see. I would love to see this tiny MMA fighter do your stuff since she's not.
No, don't like this at all. This is not
Tiny
okay.
MMA fighter.
Do what you do when someone tries to pick you up, Sam.
struggle
Yeah.
like a small dog. That
I'd like to point out I have a really good evade. I might be able to dodge this.
Mommy told me what to do if they tried to pick me up.
How do I bypass this evade?
I
We're
think you
going.
need to do a grab. So I think you need to let's swing an attack. Do your attack
Alright.
roll.
How
I do
that?
not have the Malay training, so you'll
Is
have.
it the, is it the
it's
D4
gonna-
plus 7? Is that what that is?
It's the D10 plus D12 then plus the D4 plus 7.
Oh, that's the note that I lost.
Yeah, that's the note you
Okay.
lost.
So D12, D10, and then the
D4 and plus 7.
D4.
And it's probably more than that, because Sam, what's your CQC?
0.
Right, so his is 5, right?
Yeah.
So add another 5. Because
So
you're,
add
you're,
another 5?
yeah, you're
Alright.
5 above her
Mhm.
score.
Uh-huh.
Alright, here. Okay.
It's a pretty
I mean,
big
this is-
bonus when you've got.
It's a pretty big bonus,
yeah.
but I've got a pretty good evade.
I could roll a lot of ones.
It's
You
true.
could. That's what I'm hoping for.
Okay. Plus 7, plus 5.
Mm,
Yep, roll that dice. Oh,
Oh,
you missed. You
that's a
missed.
miss.
Oh!
So you go for it, and you feel like you got a pretty good swing going on there, because that is a genuinely high roll. But the little gal is like, no, steps aside.
Francois is
Oh, no.
impressed.
So she's
Big
like,
glove,
oh,
no
she's
way."
one of the light fits.
Whoa!
Clearly, she's got moves.
Yes. Oh no. Oh no. I can walk. That's fine. Come on. Let's row. Big. Big stab.
Yes.
Or-
What
they're gonna start a fight. We should probably participate.
Oh. Should I get your new friend?
Yeah, go pick up the little robot. We can use it as a grenade.
Oh.
Buddy, your friends are so light on their feet. This is amazing.
They're really good.
Inside.
Technically, that's actually a robot to me, because cogs aren't robots, but that's actually a robot in the other room.
Inside, Nissa's apparent attack appears to have calmed, but she's just kind of resting there now. So she's just lying on the ground, appears to be kind of sleepy.
Bep is like quietly stroking her face.
Well, Beth is like stroking her face with the little nub paws, while her mechadendrites are trying to fix the box behind her. But she's going to try and find a blanket to cover this up, and then head to the doorway.
There was you came with one. It was an accessory.
Oh, do I have a little nurse hat?
Well, yeah.
A plastic stethoscope?
Duh.
Yeah.
Why would you not?
Unfortunately, your stethoscope like doesn't reach to the end of your arms.
Well, so the stethoscope is a prop. She just has enhanced senses.
Yeah.
So the stethoscope, literally junk.
Beth is going to walk into the other room, see Francois, and go, "Oh, relative of the patient," because you know she's carapace. She's carapace.
They all look alike.
Yeah.
Come on, Bep. There's probably going to be some contusions here in a moment, and we're going to need your services on the battlefield.
Medical services?
Medical services, please.
Bep, emergency provider, is here.
As Bep heads outside and everybody goes to see what's out there, you get a view of the things that are coming around the corner, and you are immediately alarmed at how much medical attention they clearly need.
Oh no! Emergency!
Yes.
Beth is going to start running outside.
They look like normal vectors, except several of them look like they've been just stretched, distorted like taffy. The limbs are too long, and some are longer than the others. The fingers are too long. It's like they've just been grabbed by the eye sockets and pulled upward, and like a.
And that's how, in a single session, Zev introduced and removed Ali's character.
You hear triage protocols activated, and then just Beth's torn apart.
Oh, you know that Zev's not do what I did to your character.
Yeah.
Well,
I didn't even get to have a name.
I haven't
Thank
thrown a
you.
grenade at her yet, if that's what you mean. Next to them are several more that look a bit more normally proportioned, but they're all just moving wrong. They're backwards. They're bent over, moving on all limbs, and their heads are all turned around sideways, kind of shrouded in helmets, wearing scraps of previous gear. And that's what you see coming around initially, but you don't know if that's the entirety of the crowd.
Well, Bep's little LED strips that, like, you know, defied her fur colors are going to start flashing blue and red emergency lights.
Nice.
And she's going to make an alarm song. All injured parties, please line up.
Just a second, I'm moving you guys over to the other map.
Oh no.
As soon as I find the other map.
So, Francois, are you kind of like a croquette? Do they fight like you do?
Yeah, punching.
Okay. You just do what you do then.
There we go.
I'll watch. It'll be great. I sure do enjoy watching cars get thrown.
Francois's gonna like slap Sam on the back and be like, tagging you in, ladies first.
I'm gonna go 15 feet that way.
You realize how low down you have to bend to do that?
Francois
She's like
got
4
arms.
inches tall.
A little 6-inch tall mouse.
Yeah, Sam's literally 6 inches tall.
Yeah.
Francois,
There it
care
goes.
not.
Francois's like, go for it.
One.
Okay, so I'm gonna go skidding forward towards the enemies, apparently.
Which may be the fastest that you're actually going to move.
Yeah, my movement's not great.
Hey. See, I'd ask if I can do a medical roll to diagnose what's wrong with these people, but I'm imagining it will come up as error.
Yeah, more or less, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any equipment?
I have my built-in RH Fests equipment, so perk kit, toggle case, all that jazz.
Do you have the not a tricorder?
I was actually going to ask if I can have one of those as my special thing built in.
Oh yeah, you can do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you want to use the not a tricorder, then do a
Yeah, I'll do that. Operate.
yeah, mind and operate.
I'm gonna take a pot shot. Because that's what we were gonna do, apparently.
What's the difficulty is?
Only about a 2.
About 2? Okay, I've got a 4, so I get a D12, right?
Yeah,
What's it
D12.
change?
It's a D12 plus 2 because you're 2 above the target.
Okay, D12 plus D12 because I've got a boon, plus 2 plus 5.
Somehow I screwed this thing up. There we go.
There we go.
Sorry, it's doing something weird. I half dragged out one of the icons and now it's stuck there.
Oh no.
Yeah, I might just have
no.
to refresh it. Hang on a second. Ding. Okay, you got a 21?
Yep.
All right. The information comes back to you, and the biggest response that you get is that they shouldn't be functioning at all. And upon passing it through the various options that are in your head, you come to the conclusion that they are engineered and are probably not broken because they seem to be functioning as intended.
Okay, the flashing lights go off.
Yeah, it appears to be functioning as designed. However, it has a short lifespan. So depending on how you were programmed, you might be like, I must comfort you because you have very little time left.
Especially with what's about to happen. Which, by the way, shooting randomly, I guess.
Hang on, I gotta put some monsters on the board here. Just a second.
Yeah. I'm basically pulling out what looks like to be like the littlest toy pistol in the world.
By the way, Svi, can you remove the upper of the 2 tentacle tokens? Thank you. I wasn't able to control the ones you had put on there, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I should probably drag my token out.
Where did all my monsters go?
I don't know, where'd your monsters go?
Where did my monsters go?
Did they grow far too much?
I did. I mean, I had them. I had all of Red's monsters. No, they're not here.
I don't know, I sent you all those monsters too.
I don't.
How do you do these
I
things?
mean, I could probably find them again.
He has them though.
I
know
have
they're
them
there.
somewhere. They exist.
Do you have a folder
I don't
where
know.
you put this stuff?
I don't.
Here, I'll rejoin as GM and I'll just start throwing stuff down.
All right.
It's just easier. Here.
Just do it that way.
That's just alright. Look, there's that. Oh wait, now I'm on a different map. I'm on a different map. See, shit, where are we at?
So
Over
maybe
here.
I never had monsters, and this is just the solution that always comes up as Sam gets on and puts them on there.
I gotta make more
Maybe.
monsters.
Well, I like on previous games that we've had, I made you like libraries of like characters you could just drag and drop out and stuff, and that was a thing.
Which was
I
very
forgot
good of
I
you.
even did those. That is horrifying.
What?
Giant worm.
Yeah.
They fought that earlier.
Hey, remember this? I have this.
Yeah.
See, you can use that.
Okay.
Have that.
But that's a specific thing. Let's not do that.
Okay. Do you just want random generic looking things?
I just need two varieties. We'll go off of.
With that.
Yeah. Okay. We're good. We'll
Wait,
go with
is
that.
that the creature from Attack the Block?
It's fan art that I found on the internet.
Yeah. Of
Yeah,
the
those
creature
are
from
awesome.
Attack the Block. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna say that the Attack the Block critter is the guys that are crawling around on all fours.
Okay.
Oops. Wrong button.
And you gonna make the giant worms again?
No, the worms are gonna be the ones that are like the distended people
Okay.
that we're coming through here.
Okay. So you want me to start it? You said.
As you guys get out here, they're going to be coming down the road this direction in like a pack. kind of stumbling along this way. You guys come out. The building that you were in was right here. You can emerge from there in what order you wish to, because they
I
weren't
got
far
kicked
off.
out first by Francois.
Bep had
yeah.
rushed out.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. So the rest of you can come out as you see fit. That was the building that you were in. As upon
Where's
getting
Vic?
out, he's back over here.
Okay.
As you guys get out, Dad decided to stay on. Dad's just like, no, I've had enough today. Adventure can wait until the morning. Good luck to all of you. Hope you don't die. And he goes back in the back to have a nap and a whiskey. The rest of you can come out the way you do. As you come outside, do perception checks. Just body perception checks.
Again? Okay.
I got a 23.
Nice. We're all doing really good.
Yep, pretty good. I think.
A critical success is still a thing.
Yeah, they are.
I got max.
Well, this kind of makes sense considering you were health looking them over.
Oh, they're not really a thing for perception. They're a thing
Okay.
for doing actions.
I'm just saying your role being very good makes
Yeah.
sense since you were like
Yeah.
scanning them.
So Bep does notice. The rest of you are actually just shy because this thing's pretty stealthy. But Bep, as you come out here, you notice that there's actually another creature way up high, and it is attached to the side of the wall. Oh, I can't pan this thing this way. There we go. Okay. Attached to the side of the wall over here, and it has a series of different kind of spider-like talons, like 6 of them, that have clung it to the side of the wall, and there's an upper torso in the middle of it that is hanging over with a series of different hands. And it kind of looks like it's got a core in the middle, and then the same appendages going off of both sides. There's like a hand, like a series of claws that comes off one side, and the same one that comes off the other side, and the core is kind of in the middle of it. One side of it is currently clung to the building, and the other side is out and kind of making motions over the top, almost like it's puppeteering the things that are down here. And it's about 50 feet up. It's on the side of the building.
Bep would like to use her bioluminescence to, focus and spotlight it while
Okay.
going, alarm!
So the rest of you can notice it when she does that. It is up there, and there is an eye that appears in the side of the central orb there that looks down and focuses on you, and several pupils inside the eye just shrink down and
The Eye of
anger
Sauron.
as it's been spotted. Looks rather annoyed at having been noticed, and then the creatures in the bottom shriek, and everybody rolls for initiative. So for initiatives, the way initiative works in this, Red, sometimes you'll have a flat initiative bonus if you actually got one on your progression sheet. That was something you chose to get, in which case that's a flat initiative
I
bonus.
am at 0.
Okay, otherwise, you roll a d10 and you will add as much of your readiness to initiative as you want to. It's your choice. You can either keep all your readiness for +1s and rerolls, or you can put some of it into initiative to get a higher initiative roll. The higher initiative roll is advantageous for initiative purposes, but it's not all that useful for that because you guys can actually shift initiative slots with each other, depending on how you want to.
Is readiness a resource pool?
Yeah, readiness is a pool of stuff.
Okay.
The big advantage of having a higher initiative score is you actually have to roll under that score in order to get bonus actions. So you're determining whether or not you want to bank on getting more attacks through bonus actions, or bank on having rerolls and more effective attacks by holding onto it as a resource pool. It's up to you.
I want to use my dice tonight.
I'm debating.
I'm putting all my readiness into my in it.
I put half of
I put 2. It wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah, you know what? I'm putting it all in.
You better
Going
grab
all in, because you know what? I don't want to keep track of rerolls.
It told me it wasn't a valid
Holy
token.
crap!
Nice.
Oh, yeah. You actually used the click button.
Oh yeah, the clip button's weird. So you put, looks like you put 2 in.
I did put 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is one of these colored bars my readiness here? No, I don't think so.
No, the bars don't really apply to anything. You can decide how you want to use them. What
No,
I
you can
typically
do
I
that.
don't know what they are.
I typically
If you
put
click your
wounds on a red
token
one.
when you do an it, though, you can add yourself, which is what I'm doing, and I'm just doing my rolled in it.
Oh,
so
I
know.
can add myself? How do I do that?
Yeah. If you click your token and hit the initiative button, just blink through it, and then we can add your number you rolled.
Oh, I had rolled a 9.
Yeah, so we'll just change it on there to a 9 once you get it.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's the only reason that I actually made it a macro was because it lets us add ourselves on there, so Zev can spend time doing all the ads. But my macro actually asks you how much you want to put into it and stuff like that.
Yeah, it was nice.
Alright, since I'm low on the list, I'm gonna be right back.
I don't know what these bars were. I don't remember.
One should be your
Hold
endurance
on.
score, one should be your evasion score, and one should be your actual wounds, because that's all you really need
Yeah.
to track. Are
If
those
you
three
hit the
numbers.
gear on your token, I think it will tell you
Yeah.
what the numbers are.
No,
And-
it's on the character sheet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or if you look at your character sheet, that'll work too. I can kind of tell 7 is my wounds, 15 is my force or my endure, and 29 is my evade.
Oh yeah, I see here. Thank you.
I rolled nicely.
I just have it there so I can keep track really quick. And it's also handy if you're not here, we have it on your token.
Gotcha. I'm gonna use my second screen.
Your second screen.
I have a Cintiq.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think I actually have a Cintiq. That's what mine is.
Because I'm gonna use it to pop out my character sheets. I don't have to keep flipping back. Or...
Oh man, they've got a big span there right in the middle.
Yeah, that's not okay.
Alrighty. Top of the round then is Sammy, who was put out there first.
I was flung forward when I was caught off guard by the towering shrimp guy of all 5 feet of him as he smacked me forward with his glove, and I haphazardly pulled my pistol out, shakily pointed at the creature up on the thing that's way up there.
Oh, you're going for the tall one? Okay.
I might as well shoot at that one. Beth's got a light on it, like whip, 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 whip. Like, okay, I'll do it. I'll shoot.
Well, I mean, it's up to you. It is much further away than the other ones, so.
This isn't a legal MMA move. Just letting you know.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So well, even though it's really far away, I don't think I get any disadvantages with pistols for shooting from this far out.
Not really.
So, and I'm one of the few range characters anyway, so I might as well. So, I'll shoot at that. Oh.
Whoa. Okay.
Well, that's actually pretty good for me. It's still not good enough, though, is what I was going to say.
I'm actually putting together all their stuff right now, because I don't have it right away.
So this is you attempting to hit it.
Yeah.
Right.
I get a D8 because I don't have shooty score. Your number and my number much different.
I don't think I have a range score either. Mine is 2.
Yeah, I don't. That's better than Sam's.
Do you have a ranged proficiency at all?
Yeah, that's. I don't have any skill in range combat, so you're all melee. So
melee.
I don't have range combat, but I don't have close combat either, so I can't do either.
Quick question. On my sheet it says temp status, readiness pool. Is that where I put my current score since I
What I do is I write there every time I spend, and then I just clear it out because that's just my own bookkeeping area where every time I like spend a focus or I spend a readiness, I do that, and then I just look to see based on the other thing. So.
But you could do it the opposite way around. You could have what readiness you have to spend and minus from it every time you use one.
Yeah, it's just your own note keeping. It's nothing enforced or part of it. It's just how I do it, so I know what's going on.
I'm just gonna add it to my character on Roll20. That should be good.
Yeah.
Let's see. I have 8 total, and I used 2. Oh. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, I used all of mine.
You went extra first.
I went extra first, but I should have been going first because you punted me in there. and then I rolled really good, so I did.
Yeah, Francois a little disappointed that you aren't using your super evade yet, but he's assuming that you're just waiting for them to get closer before you start moving around. You want to tire yourself out.
Yeah. Little legs, right? Little legs.
Yeah, little legs.
We will go.
Oh man, I could totally pick you up with my tiny extra arms.
No!
What
Those
is that
arms
for
are
now?
creepy!
They are.
Your little arms are
And
really...
non-functional.
They're mostly there for show.
Well, I'm just gonna roll my attacks, because there's no way, even if I hit, that I'm gonna do a ton of damage.
No, you hit. I was just getting it all organized so that I wouldn't have to do it later.
Oh.
Okay, you're good. So yes, you strike with hit. Go ahead and do your attack.
Oh my god, I do damage? I do damage, guys!
You shot in
gonna be
its
a-
eyeball.
Woo! I did damage.
The attack hits. You see it up the chitinous cell of one of the legs. Doesn't seem to have drawn any blood.
I'm assuming I miss.
Yep, that one goes careening off
I
the side
will
and hits the wall.
try to get a third action, so I roll a d10, and then I -2 because I've done 2 shooting actions, right?
It's 2d10, yeah. 2d10.
Yeah, it's 2d10 and I -2, right?
Right, because it's the pistol's property.
Roll well.
I think that's right.
I did.
You got 14.
I
yeah,
did it.
Yeah, you got it.
Another shot.
Another shot. It's a hit.
Woo!
Oh wait, that's not damage. That's not damage. That's not damage. That wanted to be damage, but that's not damage. It's the same.
It's the same. All right, but it's enough. You hit it again, and this time you see a spurt pop out of it as Blue Acre kind of puffs at the side.
I did it! I did the thing! I did the thing!
You did.
I was like,
And-
got my gun sideways like I'm a gangster.
The eyeball fixates on you angrily, and
Oh,
you can
that's
see
not okay.
as it twitches its claws, just kind of like so on the eyeball, it looks at you in complete tandem with the movement of the claws. All 6 of the things down there immediately just look at you like they've been pulled on the strings.
I shouldn't have done that. That's my turn, by the way.
You shouldn't have did that.
Okay, Bep turn. What's the round economy now, Sri?
What's the what? Oh,
Round
what
economy.
for what you can do?
Actions. Yeah.
It is 2 of the same thing, 3 actions total. And
Okay, 3 actions total.
Yeah, it's still attack.
And if you want to do
movement,
3 of the
sorry.
same thing, you got to roll for
you
it.
do the bonus hit, yeah.
Okay. Right. Bep is going to see this combat starting, and seeing Sammy firing at that is going to use command. I'm going to roll a d3 to see how many people I can do this for. 2 people.
Also, it is the greatest blasphemy that you are actually able to roll d3s in this game. I demand that you roll d6s and divide them by 2.
No, never again. And she, because Sam's already gone, so no bonus action for her.
Mhm.
Unless command lets him take another one. I don't know.
No, it doesn't. Yeah, it's on
Yeah.
their turn.
She will wave frantically at Bick and Rao and go, shoot it, shoot the thing, pointing up at the hand thing. And then, as her second action, she is going to turn towards this crowd of things and go, "Do not approach Bep," and start letting out this fucking horrible noise in a 10
Oh, God.
hex long, 10 hex wide flood template. provides the public
10
placation
hex,
system.
does that get out to...
So
I'm
what
glad
is your
my
thing?
parents didn't get me ears.
It's the public placation. It's a giant purge wave.
No, what did Ali's command do again?
You get your bonus action for free. You don't have to roll for it.
Oh,
Pretty
damn
nice.
it.
Okay. So that will go out over the whole bunch of them. Let me check it really quick. Do you know what page it's on, offhand?
It is on page. What page? 248. At the bottom.
248. Okay. There we go. Public application. Okay. So we'll hit the lot of them. Large hit disrupt Sonic. Okay. It's only going to do 1d10 damage to the guys on the bottom, but the person on the top does seem rocked by it. So the up there on the top, it doesn't make any noise because it doesn't have a mouth to scream with, but you see the eyes as it gets shuddered. The ones on the ground seem buffered by the noise, but don't seem particularly rattled by it. They might not even have the cognitive fallacy to notice.
Okay. So 1d10 for the bottom ones.
Yeah.
Is this each or one
Yeah,
roll?
it's per each because they'll all get hit by it. So.
This is going back, from closest wormy one to furthest back wormy ones first.
Okay.
And then closest doggy one to furthest doggy ones.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay. Doesn't seem to have hurt anybody yet. Do you have another attack?
I do. You said 3d10 for the top dude?
Yeah. Okay. He gets rattled and is shaken a little bit, and you can see him stumble down the building some, but doesn't fall out of it.
I will do it again. However, I don't think it's going to affect the group at the bottom at all.
Because it's the second use of it. You'll
Yep,
have
so I'll just
2d10
do
on the top guy.
Top one. Nice.
Nice. That you had 23 on the first one, won't go overboard. So he toughs it out.
Okay. And that is next round.
Okay. Which leaves us to
This is what I'd like to call the start of the round of regret.
everybody's. It's all right. There was a push.
I should have moved.
All right.
No,
who's
no,
the
you're
first one?
blocking a square so they can't get as close to me.
2, 3.
And I told them not to approach Bep, so hopefully they'll listen.
He gets out to there. We'll take a second action to get out to here, and we'll attempt to attack the BEP.
Oh, God.
Oh, they're attacking the BEP.
First, I have to
Nice.
see if I can get the bonus on him.
Wait, but why would it attack Bep? Bep was peaceful.
And
told
Bep
them
said,
not to
do not
that.
approach.
BEP told
Yeah.
them do not do this thing that they're about to do.
That
Oh, no,
is
wait, I
like
don't need
the
a bonus.
exact opposite of the thing.
Yeah, it's not doing a triple of the same, right?
Right?
So it
Yeah,
gets the
I could just
action.
get the attack. Yeah. So it will.
This is
it will
where I
swing
got
roll.
confused about how actions work that one time. Is I thought you didn't get a third action unless you
no.
rolled.
Yeah. So it's going after BEP. It comes down with the hands and a rather troubling attempt at a death grip.
Also known as BEP get uppies.
Yeah. BEP, what is your CQC?
My CQC is 0.
Okay.
But Bep is formidable fighter. I don't understand.
I appreciate the first one they got to go went for BEP and not Sammy. I'm sad because the ones that follow will be throwing cars.
Don't worry, I'll punch the cars. It'll be fine.
I'm not good versus AoE. I'm just saying, guys. My evade's amazing.
Now, if a car lands next to me, can I use you drop this? That is a hit.
Okay.
Oh my.
Then it's using.
I would have still missed Sam.
Oh, right. It's a close combat thing, but it's got this stuff on it, so it's just going.
Oh, do I get to swing back? That's not a thing now, right?
No, it is. You do get to swing back.
Oh. Okay.
Screaming and flailing.
It's
right?
it's
Yeah.
CQC is a 3.
I have none.
So it
so-
would be a D8.
D8 minus 2, yeah.
Yeah.
Right, minus 2. So D10 plus D8 minus 2
Mm.
plus 3 from my body. This is unarmed.
Mm-hmm. Little nubs
That
going as hard
wiggles.
as you can.
The unarmed attack is a D4 for the accuracy score, so you got a
Oh.
D4 on top of that.
I doubt that'll make a difference, but
It
there you go,
might.
4 on top.
Oh!
Actually, it did. You hit.
Oh!
They're not particularly dodgy.
Oh. Okay.
1 plus 5. There we go. It did 16 to you, by the way.
My endure is 25.
Okay. So
What do I roll for unarmed?
2d8 plus whatever your melee attack bonus is.
3.
11.
11.
Okay. Yeah. So both of you beat on each other. Haven't managed to do anything yet. He doesn't have any other attacks, so that's it
Okay.
for him.
Yay!
The next one comes in.
Oh no!
Comes in and goes to help its buddy with the attack. So he
Is there any way
swings.
for me to help?
Once you
or
get in that
not
fight,
right now?
yeah, but not right now.
Okay.
This is the first round. His
That
buddy
is a
attacks.
miss and a miss.
Okay, so both of them go to swing at you and run into each
Oh,
other.
that's wrong. Roll.
Basically, once you join into the melee, you'll be hitting when they attack,
Bep, you drop your
and
hands.
it becomes a big rolling thing.
Okay.
Beth is sad.
You see how Allie gets the counterattack? You'd be joining in with her on all her counterattacks.
Oh hell yeah!
It goes to attack again. First
Ooh,
one gets a
yeah.
12, second one gets a 26.
Unfortunately, its friends get the same thing.
Hey,
Do I get to swing back on all of these, or
you have to pick one. It's the one whose turn it is that you get to swing at.
okay? That was the first one then. So 26 is a hit.
Okay. Goes to attack. Or damage, rather. 14.
14. Does that stack on top of that previous?
No, this is a new turn.
Nothing then.
Okay. And you got to swing back at it.
Well, I swung twice at the first dude that attacked me.
Oh, okay. All right. So
Yeah.
I'm missing. So you can see Bep getting grabbed here, and so far it hasn't seemed to have been damaged by it, but they're hitting her. There's a thump and Fluff is going back and
no,
forth.
no, no.
Francois is in the back shouting like tips, like keeping your arms up and widening your stance.
Oh, Francois.
Francis
Our
different yells
Francois,
of,
the
"Hit
best part
harder!"
about this is Allie's playing like this little 2 to 3 foot tall, basically stuffed animal robot fennec thing, and it's got little nubs for arms and little pegs for legs.
Oh my god!
So
Tell
it's-
me when the enemies hit. When the enemies hit Bep, does it make like a little squeaky sound, like squeaky?
Depends on how much damage they do. Every time she loses a wound, it's.
It's like squeezing Goku. It makes a squeaky
There you
noise.
go, Red. That's bet.
Yeah, she's a little. She's just a little bit of a poof.
Where did you link that? Because that's not in the RPG room.
I don't even know where that went.
Red.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
You all seen Bet.
But yeah, she's basically a little robot that looks like a stuffed animal, basically.
It is this monster's turn here. It comes over here with its turn, and the head's up over like this, and you see the jaw distend upward, and there's this low moan. They're going,
Oh, we don't like this.
and the car
Maybe
over
not
here
throw the car.
begins
Don't
to
throw the
shake.
car. Don't do it. No.
Oh
Don't
no!
worry.
Is
Damn
that
it!
an illegal move?
If the car
Illegal
hand's next to
move.
me, I can use. You drop this to throw it back.
Those of you who would be hit by this can do reflex saves. So
All right. How do I do that?
How do we do
Is
that?
that on me or not?
that'll be through your hex, yeah.
Okay.
So you're doing.
Is it in my hex? Because I can't actually tell.
It is, yeah. So it's going right up to the wall there. So you were outside the wall. It looks like.
Yeah, you're in the doorway, I
Yeah,
think.
you're in the
Yeah.
doorway.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're rolling 2d10 and you're trying to get under your evasion score.
My evasion score.
Yeah.
Where's
And of
that?
course, Max-
What's the
Oh,
difficulty?
2d10.
Oh, the difficulty on this one is I'm gonna say 4. So 2d10 plus 4.
I'm still under.
Yeah, I'm
And
under.
I simplify.
2d10 plus.
I am definitely under.
Okay, so what is simplifying? Just so I know.
That means you get to roll a
It basically
d8
means it would change
for
a
one of them.
D10 to a D8. I do it
Yeah.
because I am a Mystilidae, because I'm a ferret. I
Okay.
get that as a racial.
Okay, so there'd be normally no way for me to simplify it without some
No,
sort of special.
yeah,
something.
Without a
nothing special
technique
for
or
you right
something.
now.
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
special thing.
Okay.
But you're
But you rolled
but
well.
you're
Okay.
both basically really good at not getting hit
Yep.
by
Mhm.
large
Okay.
objects thrown
So
at your head.
you managed to get around it, which is convenient, but it is still in that location. So you guys need to put yourself someplace that isn't where the car is.
I'm
I can
on
be under the
oh,
car.
okay.
I guess yeah, you could be under the car. Yeah.
In fact, does Sam really need to roll?
Hey, I could have got hit by the wheel, okay?
I don't know if you can shift 2 hexes, Red.
Yeah,
I can only shift one.
Yeah, go right over there. That's fine.
Okay, I wasn't sure
Um,
if that was a wall.
Yeah.
That's
Do I
fine.
have to move?
You can come off to the side. That's fine. You'll be
Yeah.
all right where you are.
I think most of us
oh,
can just
okay.
squeeze for where we are.
You're fine. You're not out of combat.
Beth is small anyway, isn't she?
You'll go there. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Hey,
Where,
Steve, can I be on top of the car?
you're gonna have to try to stunt it. If you fail, you get hit. It's the same as last time.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna say
He's good at stunts, if I remember.
it's true. Yeah, stunt difficulty is gonna be 2.
How do you roll
And
for
I have a
stunts?
2. So.
It's body athletics check,
Body
but
athletics,
difficulty 2. Yeah.
Which I think you have 2 ranks in
I got
athletics. 3, yeah. So you'd get like a D12. So you'd get a D12, a D10, and then your
Body score.
you'd basically roll what Croquette rolled.
Okay.
So, which your goal is to get a 12
I
on
do
the
also
roll.
have a boon, so.
Yeah, you have
Yeah.
a boon, I think. So,
Mm.
yeah.
So Croquette, it's not pretty, but you do make it on top.
Awesome.
Francois, were you attempting to, or did you not want to?
No, I just like slash dodged out of the way and just slide to the side.
Okay.
Slide.
So
Yep.
Croquette tries to be fancy, nearly sprains an ankle, but manages to get up there okay.
Yeah.
And
I
gets
figured
on
as
top.
it's coming, he just kind of scrambled
Yeah,
up. But
the rest of you who are still back there, your doorway is now half covered by car. There's enough room to get out the top, but it's going to be tough to do, not just straight movement.
I don't see how this is going to affect Rao. Just
Croquette,
saying.
you are up.
He's on top of the car.
Me?
No, Croquette's up. No.
I'm not saying Rao won't have a problem with the door.
Croquette's
Actually, Rao's going to have a big problem with the door. He can't get through it right now.
No,
Just-
Rao's going to have no
he's
problem with the door.
macro with strength. He can just get the car going. Oh,
Or, just turn inferior.
As you
Yeah.
material.
Croquette's jump down to here and start to punch this guy.
Okay,
Aha!
go for it.
I like
I get
this.
to join in.
Yeah.
No, you guys have split.
Yeah.
So it's
yeah,
now
split
it's now
this into
him
2
versus that, and you versus the other one.
Okay. Ah, yes.
Yeah. All right, go for it. Their strength is 3, or their CQC is 3 rather.
Okay.
So that
I'm
means you
still
get
above.
you'll get a D12 and a +1, I think, right?
Yeah. No, I think he's a 5, so he's 2 above them.
Mm-hmm.
So-
Well, I thought being above made it a D12, and then it was a +1 after that.
I let me look at it again, but I think I made it so that would be easy to calculate just by saying how many above you were. So I think the bonus starts at 2, but let me look at it.
You might be right. I might be confused.
Let's see here.
I'm easily confused.
It's also body exert edit.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's however many above you are. So if you exceed the difficulty by 1+, you roll a d12 and there's nothing added to it. But if you exceed by 2, you add 2. If you exceed by 3, you add 3. If you exceed by 4, it's
Oh,
over.
okay. That's
Yeah.
that's nice. Okay.
Yeah, so it's just you figure out how many above
think
you
I
are.
hit him.
That's what you add. You do hit him. Let me go back against you. Do I
Miss.
get you? Miss? Okay. Alright, you go ahead and do damage.
Ow!
Oh, but it's not quite there. You nearly get through. Go for your next attack.
Missed again.
Okay.
Obviously.
You
See
hit.
your dice; they betray you
Yeah,
again.
they betray me. You hit. Go for it.
And
I think you might do a wound.
Was it
Maybe.
the 21 right there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
21.
you do one.
and I've already moved, so I can't roll to get another attack.
Yeah.
Right. Because 3 actions taking place. All right.
Okay.
That's
That's
you.
fine.
Guy down here on the bottom is going to. What do I want him to do? Does he play defensively, or does he kind of go up a little bit? I think he's actually going to try to keep after his buddy here. So he will go over to the wall, and in this like kind of sideways gait will do the long arm and reach up, a full story to grab the one of the window frames and just kind of pull himself up sideways like a drag, like he's getting in front of the other creature. He's going to try to stunt up there. I think there are 3s? Yeah, they're 3s. They'll make it. So he pulls himself up and goes to the next story and just kind of gets himself up to form a shield in front of the puppeteer that's on the wall. We have this guy. Let's make sure my headphones are working. All the ambient noise stopped. Okay. The next guy down here is going to come over this way and begins the levitation scream. What else do we have down here? Let's zoom out a little bit. That one over there.
I dare him to pick up the same car and throw it again.
I'm debating if he wants to do that or try for a bigger target. I think he's going to begin it, and you worry that the wall is, or that the car is beginning to move, but you realize that the rattling is actually happening from the bulkhead over here. The wall itself starts going as he goes for it. Trying to decide how to do this because this mechanic's kind of on the fly. We're gonna say needs to be above a 75 to get it in one round. No, that didn't happen. So he tries for the first attack here. You can feel the wall begin to buckle. The frame on the doors begins to crunch in. One of the windows bursts outward, and you can tell that it's yanking pretty hard on the wall side, but the wall holds. But it seems to have the capability to possibly sunder this building. That's it for its turn, though. Pull boy, you're up.
Alright. I'd like to punch things.
Seems good.
Okay, so how many actions do I get? How does
So
combat
you
work?
have three
First
actions. 3 actions that will take place during your turn. You can do up to 2 of any one action. You have a movement action, a support action, or an attack action. So you can do any one of those up to 2 times. If you want to do it a third time, you can roll for a bonus action that will allow you to do it the third time. But that's a chance thing. So you're guaranteed 2 uses of any of the 1 actions, and 1 use of a different one.
So you could move and punch twice, or you could move twice, punch
Punch
once, or so on.
But if you want to punch
I've
3
got something
times,
that
it's a
lets
chance.
Me punch as many times as I want.
Right, until somebody takes damage. That's a special thing. So if you wanted to use that, you could use 2 of your moves to get into combat with somebody, and then just keep punching until somebody gets hurt.
But you only need to use 1 move to get into combat right now.
So I'm gonna
Yeah.
use 1 move.
Mhm.
I am now engaging in combat with the thing
Yep.
below me.
You are now double teaming it with Bep. So both of you will get to
Sweet.
swing at the same time.
Awesome. So how do I just swing now?
Yeah, pretty much. So you're fighting something that has a CQC score of 3. You're a 5. So you're going to have, you're higher than it is. You're better than it by 2. So your bonus is going to be D12 plus 2, because you're better than it by 2 points. And that's for the proficiency die. You're rolling 2 dice, essentially. The first is the stat die, which I'm guessing is a 12 for you, because you probably have a boon in this attack, right? Boon in CQC?
Yes.
Right, so that takes it from being the normal D10 and makes it a D12. So it'd be D12, plus the other D12 is because you're just better at fighting than the other thing. So 2D12.
Okay.
And then you actually just do the calculation for your attack, which is whatever your melee attack bonus is, plus 2 because you're that much better than at fighting.
That's
a lot of
D4
numbers.
Plus, yeah.
So 2d12 plus what's your melee attack bonus?
Melee attack bonus is 7.
Right, so plus 7, and
Okay.
then you've got a plus 2 because you're that much better in it.
Okay.
And then does your fist have anything on its attack profile, like a D4 or it's a?
Yeah, I think it's a D4. Yeah, because it's the
she
punch.
Gets a
Yeah.
D4 plus 7, and then she also has another plus 10 damage because of her enhanced strength.
Oh god.
So, yeah.
Well, that's
But remember,
damage.
you know- Yeah,
That's
but
not
yeah, that's
hitting.
on damage. So yeah, that's on.
Yeah,
damage.
okay, let's go through that again without cluttering it up. So
Yeah.
2d12 plus
okay.
7
All right. 2d12 plus 7
+2
plus 2
plus D4.
plus a d4.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
And
Roll
that's
that.
just 2 hit.
That's the hit.
All right. All right, here we go.
Whoa.
And Bet will take it as well.
Crunch!
A most
I'm
palpable
never
hit.
gonna get sick of that.
Bet misses, yeah. But you hit most soundly, yes. It will go back at you.
I miss.
How do I know if it misses?
What's your evasion
evade?
score?
Evade.
My evade is 23.
Yep, so it
You're
misses.
okay.
Alright, so
Okay.
now you roll damage, because you hit.
Okay. Damage.
Mhm.
So my damage is 2d10 because of something I can do.
It's your
What-
unarmed.
what-
Yeah, she's using a
Yes.
glove, so it's a regular attack, but you've got a technique somewhere that bumps you up from d8s to d10s. So it's 2d10,
right.
and then you're adding whatever your melee attack bonus is to that.
Melee attack bonus is 7.
Okay, so it'd be 2d10 plus 7, and then I think you had super strength.
Yeah, which is the 10.
Yeah, so
it
that's
should be
another
2d10
10
plus
plus
7.
17. Yeah.
All right.
All right, so you go in for a most sound hit, crunch this thing in what amounts to its ribs, and as you expected, because it looks like this gaunt kind of creature, to crumple over, it actually just kind of sinks in and falls off. Does not hurt it on the first attack.
Punch it again.
I can punch it again, right?
You're using the
Brawler.
the brawling thing. All right, so it goes
Um,
back at you.
But again, it's important which glove are you punching it with, because they have effects that might trigger.
I will use my meteor gauntlet.
Okay, that would have
Okay.
actually gone off on that 25.
Oh, would it?
But at least the 20 is roll for damage, or does it actually have to be the natural dice roll?
Yeah, it's the dice roll that has to be 20.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right, so I can just punch it again.
Yeah.
Right, and it punches back.
Ooh.
It goes 21 to you. I'm gonna see if I can get you on a reroll. So I'm gonna try to reroll that D8 right there.
Like, the 21's a pretty good hit for you.
Yeah. Let's see if I get
Yeah,
lucky.
it's high.
Nope, I
No.
didn't do it. Okay. So missed. You go for the second one. The 21 will hit it. Bep misses again.
Alright, so Francois does damage.
Okay, that is sufficient. So it is wounded. That's the end of your first attack.
All right, and now I can move once, attack once, or take 2. Was it 2 support? 2 supports. I don't think I have any support moves.
There's a couple
No.
generic ones that you can just sort of do, but you've moved once already. You've attacked once, so you can do one of those two again if you want to.
Oh, you can swing twice in one.
Yeah.
One attack.
No, it's because she's using Brawler. It's the technique that lets you keep fighting until somebody gets hurt.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, so then I'm gonna go ahead and just attack again.
Brawler's pretty sick.
That's
Yeah.
pretty good. It might have to be for damage rather than just for wounds.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's supposed to be like, as you miss, you get to keep going, but I don't know if it should be straight to the wound.
What the fuck?
Bep,
Oh
you're
man, I
really
thought it was
bad
just
at
2 to
fighting.
hit.
That's very
That was
consistent.
horrible.
It's very consistent, Bep.
Yeah.
All right, you hit again.
Okay.
Alright, I hit again, so then we're gonna...
Crotch.
Oh, shit!
Nice.
Oh, wow.
There's 2.
Francois's like, no, nurse robot, like this! Bah!
No, they're sure
Frantically
like this.
flailing, trying to like mimic.
I just want to believe every time you actually impact something, your little paws go squeaky, squeaky, like those little toy hammers.
All right.
Bep was made safe for children of all ages.
All I can imagine is Bep swinging, and actually she's hitting the entire time. The only thing is, all we're hearing is
Yep.
Meanwhile, these hard metal mech dendrites behind her are like just doing nothing.
All I can think of is the one that's on the other side of the car right now, whose turn it is just going to shove the car forward.
Man, I have 4 limbs. I could
Oh,
just...
like that.
Oh no.
You mean a bit like that?
Yeah. I was thinking more straight, but yeah.
Yeah, that's
Dodge.
all right.
Alright, roll a dodge,
difficulty?
Red.
Difficulties
forgot.
for the people who are in combat. Difficulty is going to be 5 because
Ooh,
you're busy.
Okay,
Yeah.
so how does-
2d10 plus 5.
Yay,
Yeah.
I didn't get
Okay.
hit.
2d10
Bep
plus
is
5.
gonna do athletics
Okay.
to try and get on top of the car.
Yeah, do you want to try and jump on top of the car? Because that's like another thing you can try to do.
Is that less difficult?
No,
No, you're
it's
gonna
the
do
same.
both.
Yeah, you'd have to do both. And if you fail
Okay,
it, you
well-
get hit by the car.
Let's see if you get. Let's see if you don't get hit
You
first.
have to do 2 of them if you. Okay.
You have
So
to do
you
it.
can't
You have
dodge
to do
out of the
another
way because
check.
you're right up against the wall.
Yeah.
Roll for sweet backflip.
I think it's under
no.
your evade, right?
Yeah.
My evade, yeah. My evade's 23.
Yeah. So we've both succeeded on dodge save. However, rolling athletics to get up on top of the car. What's the
Yes.
difficulty?
It's
So-
probably a 3. There's because you're already in the fight.
So my athletics is 3, and then it's a boon.
Mhm.
And what
Yeah,
does
so
boon
you
do
You get a
again?
D12
It
and a
needs-
D10.
You get a D10 and a D12. Basically, Boon upgrades your there's multiple different types of dice. One of them is basically your skill dice, and one of them is like your innate trait dice. And your trait dice gets affected by Boon or Fault and goes up or down, so it becomes from a D10 to a D12 if you have a Boon.
So I'm rolling 2d12?
You'd be rolling a D12 and a D10
Oh, sorry.
because you're.
That second dice is a direct correlation between your skill and the difficulty of the check. So it's an
Gotcha.
athletics check, and your skill is 3. The difficulty of the check is 3 because they're equal. You're rolling a D10. If you were better, you'd roll a D12. If you were worse, you'd roll a D8.
I see. Okay, so it's just d12, d10, and that's it?
Yeah.
And your body.
Yeah, whatever
And
your
your
body
Oh,
score.
my body
Just your body.
Exert.
Yeah.
Exert.
Exert. Okay,
5.
that's not bad. Okay.
It's a 5, so.
Oh no, Bep.
Oh no!
Oh, Bep.
Beth.
Oh no, Bep. Bep, why?
Oh, Beth.
Oh no, Bep.
If I'm honest, I'm not really surprised.
I am. Mine's pretty good.
Oh no, Francois!
Yikes.
Oh no, Francois.
Do you have any readiness?
Chocolate moi.
Yeah, I do.
All right, you can pay 1 red. How many readiness do you have?
I have 6 readiness.
Wait, I thought you
Alright.
put all your readiness into your.
I did.
Oh,
now I
okay.
I
All
did
right.
2.
All right.
All right.
Oh, you did?
No, I mean, I did the
did
number
2
2.
points. Yeah.
Like,
So
I-
she's
yeah.
she's
Yeah,
got 4
alright, so-
left.
If you spend
Yes.
1 point, you can upgrade the 1 to a 2, and then you can re-roll the 2 with another point of readiness. So it
Yeah.
takes 2 points of readiness to do this because you can't re-roll a 1. You have to upgrade it. So you pay 1 readiness to upgrade it,
Okay.
and then another 1 to re-roll
No,
it.
question. Wouldn't the check succeed on the 12?
No, because she was doing a. Oh no, wait. Yeah. She wasn't
Yeah,
dodging.
what-
She was doing a.
Oh yeah, she's fine.
Yeah.
Wonderful,
No, you're
okay.
fine. You're fine.
I was sitting here going, why are you guys keep rolling this?
No, don't mind me. I walking away until like, what the hell?
Okay, no, I do my sweet backflip onto the.
Yeah, you're on there. You hear the crunch
Oh,
of
so-
a Bep getting wedged.
I
Oh,
completely
God.
forgot. I completely forgot that focus wasn't used in combat for skill checks. Whoops.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the bet.
Don't worry, that is always the thing I'm sad about because I have focus for days.
The Bep
The
gets
other
hit
thing
then.
is focus doesn't
Yep, Bep's
reset.
hit.
Oh, ouch. Bep
Three-
take
three wounds.
3 wounds. Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay.
How many
Now,
wounds do you have?
15.
That'd be half my
Okay.
life right there.
How do you have more
so-
wounds than me?
Bep is
Because
dense.
I've spent a lot on getting wounds. So
Yeah.
Bep dodged over to here, but then got clipped by the car anyway.
Yeah.
It's 3 to you. That ends its turn. Bick, you were up. You have a car that
Okay.
just got beeped by the other car. Hang on, I actually have to find out if this guy survives, and he's got a very bad reflex. So
He might have got hit by a car.
That's what it feels like when I punch him, so it won't be anything new.
Yeah, it does feel like you get impacted with the car. I say, having been shoved
Yeah, he
out
gets hit,
into
so-
this roadway by everybody.
he
Does
takes
it push
2.
the other car and the wheel crush him?
You know? I wasn't gonna do that to Sam, but now that you mention it, Sam, do a reflex save.
No.
Why? Why?
Well, Sam, another car hit the car that was on top of you, and somebody brought up the very true point that you were under the wheel.
Alright, 2d10 plus 5?
Sorry,
Uh-huh.
Sam.
No.
Yeah, I had a feeling you'd be okay, seeing as how
It's
you're
like I
evade.
wouldn't position myself under the wheel.
Okay.
It's like I had this forethought of, oh, I shouldn't be by the thing that would crush me.
Nick turn.
Yeah, it's Bick's turn. Oh, no wonder I'm doing
Okay.
this wrong. God damn it. I was just like, oh, they're also passing that really well. I should go back and check my difficulty scale for saves. Oh, it begins at 10. Okay.
Oh.
All right. We'll do
Okay.
that for next time then.
Okay, so
That was
first
easy
action-
mode.
First action, I'm
Retribution.
making a stunt to go through the car.
Okay.
I'm not going over the car. I'm going through the back. I'm literally going through the back window, through one of the side windows, backflip, rolling inside the car, going feet first out the other side as a
This is
stunt.
ranger stunt.
Okay. So difficulty
But I
3.
have a double simplify on stunts.
Okay, so difficulty 1.
Okay, so this is roll D10 plus
Plus
D12
Mm-hmm.
plus.
What's your-
What's
my
your athletics?
athletics is 3.
So you get a plus a D12 plus 2, and then your
Or D12 plus 3. Because it's 3 points above the
12
thing.
plus 3, and then body exert, which is
Mhm.
3, so that's plus 6. Am I missing anything?
I don't think so. I really wish D14s and D16s were a thing.
Do I make it through?
Yeah, 12's all you need.
Yep.
Okay. So, Vic is over to here. Comes through,
Bye,
lands.
Vic.
I am taking a shot at the mastermind.
Right.
God, now
Downtown.
comes the horrible number. Now comes the horrible numbers. Okay, so this is roll D12 plus D12. Crap. Plus it's a 2 to shoot him, and I'm at 3 above because I have a 5, so that's a plus 6. Plus, I have a range attack of 5, so that's 11. And then my mind exert is a 3, so that's plus 14. If I'm correct.
Wait, where are you getting all this number from?
Hmm? What's up?
Where are you getting all these numbers from?
Okay. I have a. I beat the ranged. I have a boon in ranged combat.
Yep.
That's 12.
So it's a D12.
Mm-hmm.
Then your actual range combat score is what?
5.
Right, so another
it's a-
12 plus 3 on the bonus. And then what's your ranged attack bonus actual score?
The actual score, or
Yeah.
the one that's on Sam's sheet?
Well, the
That's
ranged-
on the front page.
Presumably that's your actual score. your ranged
says
attack
5.
bonus. Okay, so plus 5. So you're at a total of 5, 6, 7, 8 right now. And then it's whatever the weapon's accuracy score is.
Crap, and I put fearsome aim on that, and that's probably changed again. Dang it, I understand that you don't...
Okay, Fist and Main
Okay.
just reduces cover bonuses by 2 for shooting.
Okay.
Alright.
Alright,
And
so
we'll-
yeah, it changed again.
And you're using the tech assembly bow, right?
No,
He's
I'm
got
using-
the other one.
tactical folding,
Okay, so it's the D
And-
plus D3.
D3.
And that should be all you have.
Okay, so it's 8 plus
So your roll should be that.
D3.
Although don't roll as many ones.
Yes. Roll better than Annie. Oh, and yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, there you go. Roll the dice higher.
Much
Yeah.
better.
You barely get through because it's got cover, but your little plus gets through it.
Okay. And
Dude,
it
come
is a exploit attack because I can only make 1 attack per turn with this thing
Mhm.
because it's overdraw, and whatever damage I do is going to be doubled. So.
Well, you can make multiple attacks. It just
You
won't
just
have
choose
that
not to,
overdraw.
yeah.
Yeah, no. I mean, if you were to do it next turn when I'm nowhere near these things, yeah, I might make 3 attacks. So, I think this is right.
Well, it should be 5d10.
Five d10 plus 5.
Okay. And then that gets doubled, right?
Yep, and then round it up to the next wound.
Right. So 37.
That's 74.
Oh, do we add our range attack bonus through the damage roll as well?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good for me to know.
74. All right. Pretty rough.
Does it fall off the thing going, ah?
No, it's not dead, but you heard it. It's a solid hit. So you do 4 wounds to it. As it gets
Ow.
up there, yeah, it thunks it pretty hard. And
Hey, maybe they'll go after you now.
That's why I'm using my last action, and I'm running like hell.
Didn't you stunt as a move and didn't do 2 attacks for your overdraw?
No, the overdraw is 1 attack that can't make another attack. It's still just an
Ah.
attack, yeah.
Yeah.
So, 1,
So he did a
2,
stunt,
3,
and now he's
4,
gonna do
5, 6,
another
7,
Flee
extra
again.
attack to another boost.
9. Because I have wind sprint, I get to take 1 extra movement. Because I made 2 move actions this turn.
Nice.
Okay.
Howard.
I'm. No, if they start throwing cars, I'm not going to be. You're not going to take.
I'd like to
cars.
point out I bravely stood here and faced that nature.
No, if they start throwing cars, you don't have to worry about the cars coming at you. They're going to be over by me.
No, unfortunately, the cars are gonna wheel over me going to you.
Okay.
Fine.
That
It's Rao's
leaves it
turn, right?
to Rao's
Rao.
turn, yep. Rao's gonna get in a row with it.
Why would I be in a perpendicular column?
What you doing, Rao?
Alright, so there are cars blocking the entrance,
Mm-hmm.
and
You're big.
mhm, I think
So-
there's only one solution to this problem.
Are you gonna go
Drop a
through the
few.
wall?
Yes.
If only
Kool-Aid
you
Man
were strong
style.
enough to say lift the car.
Please don't lift the car. You'll probably drop it on Sam. I know how Zeb works.
Alright, so an
You can
endure
lift the car.
save, once again, is...
2d10 trying to get under your endure.
Okay,
And
With a difficulty,
I'll
right?
roll that for some reason.
And then the difficulty is whatever. Are you trying to manifest?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so the difficulty is whatever your Q is. Although I think for that particular item now it's changed a little bit, so let me look.
The bloom is double, but
Okay, yeah.
I don't believe that the difficulty raised.
Well, that's what the difficulty is the bloom.
Oh, okay. I thought that was just the general effect for future.
Channel charge is the same as it is out of common Q bloom implies a normal. Yeah, I think it's let's find out Q bloom indicator.
every time.
Welcome back.
Channeling powers, here we go. Every time transcend is manifest, ability to use difficult to score channeling stacks for each time you use it are the same. Yeah, so it'll be for the subsequent ones.
Yeah,
Not for the first one.
It would be +2 because it was level 2.
Okay.
But that
You're fine,
brings
yeah.
it to
So,
15,
yeah.
which is a little lower than.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
you're good.
Just yeah.
Somehow that's still under 40.
I don't know how I was able to do that, but
Yeah.
all right. With that out of the way,
So you only have to worry if you crit fail double tens, right?
Well, it will start stacking soon because this next one's going to be at doubled, and then the next ones will be a
I see.
double. Yeah.
Yeah, it's after like 5 or 6 times, it
It
starts
starts
getting a
getting a
little
little
difficult.
Yeah.
All right, so I have that much movement. All right. I'm actually going to take 2 movement.
I like how he when he deactivates the push to talk, it's the deathly silence of the floating mecha snake as it goes going through.
I'm actually not on push to talk.
Oh,
it's got
okay.
very good audio cut out then.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Oh, geez. I didn't actually need the motivation for 3rd tech.
Okay, so they are 50 feet up. Like they were on the side of the building.
Okay.
You're below them now, but they're up there.
Also, remember, Hatdan, you have extended reach.
Not
Yes.
not quite 50 feet, but yes, you have extended reach.
All right. In that
Everything,
case,
you have a flamethrower.
I will climb.
Okay. Are you going for a third action then?
Yes. Now, does this count as a movement action?
Yeah, if you were trying to climb. The thing is, I don't think you can in your current form. You can't interact in any physical way. So you're
He
sort
can
of
swim.
Yeah, you can swim up. That's true. You can swim upward.
Oh, wait.
because he-
No, he
No.
took an action to activate implant and move twice.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. So you're stuck.
Yep.
Did you go up at an angle then? Did you kind of cruise upward?
I don't think I can actually control my floating above just generally.
No. While you're ethereal, you can swim. All dimensions are available to you. You just swim
That's
upward.
true.
You're gonna swim at tentacle cog speed, which is not great if you don't have spades.
I do have Vanderwall segments.
That's not spades. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's it.
That's the thing I didn't consider actually. Because you might you might be kind of stunted in movement in this form if you're trying to get any place above your normal walking area.
Yeah.
Because I think your swim speed's pretty bad.
I would not actually know off the top of my head.
It's over here. There you go. You're on tentacled.
Also, Sam, if you don't wanna, doesn't matter to me because there's only one benefit to this. But do you want me to go first so I can give you the spotting thing?
I was actually going to give you spotting.
I don't need it. I don't roll.
Well, I was going to do spotting as one of my things, so.
Oh. Well, why don't I spot you, and then you can spot elsewhere? Because giving me spotting's pointless because of my sonic disrupt.
But if you spot me, all I can do is spot 3 times.
Ah, that's true.
Yeah, so it's really bad to spot me.
Okay.
I'll just go.
Oh, actually, no. Sorry, your swim speed's fine. It's the same as anybody else's. It's but if you had spade shaped, you actually swim better. It becomes 2 times your ballistic movement score.
Yeah, but in order to do that, I'd also have to
Take Naga, yeah.
Yeah.
You don't need to add more to Snake.
Yeah.
Snake does not need to be long Snake on top of being horror
Yes,
Snake.
It does.
Well, long
Yes, it does.
would decrease my base mass as well.
Yeah.
Which we all know is unacceptable.
Wounds, but it would decrease the base mass in general.
Mhm. Yeah.
Alright, so yeah, I
Mm.
don't think I could really get close enough to him, let alone the fact that I don't actually have the actions to deal with it
Okay,
anyway.
so you stop at the bottom.
Yeah, I'd stop at the bottom and that would be the turn.
And then next turn, ascend.
Oh, I gotta figure out how long you have it for. What is it, a D8?
Yeah, I gotta recheck, but I think it is still D8 because it was only at 2.
Yeah.
Oh, you actually, there it is. Yeah, D8.
Is it D8 turns, rounds?
Yeah, when you activate, you roll a d8. This is how many rounds your ability lasts. Yeah. Materializing when said an object will cause that and me to explode. I can elect
That's the
to
look
end
of
it
he's
early.
ethereal forever.
Yeah. Oh shit, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay, the 8 is. I know it's very tempting, but the 8 is actually supposed to be rotated 90 degrees.
Well, I certainly didn't roll an 8, so I don't need to know anything about what you talking about. That's not an issue.
This is why
that
you
we
have to
need
put
to
googly eyes on the
deal
webcam.
with. We'll put googly eyes on the webcam. It's fine. Didn't roll it. You're good. Go proceed. Next.
You take the flask out and take it.
Sam's turn.
Right. So Alright, so for command, they don't have to see me, they just have to hear me, right?
I think so. You need to see them.
Okay. Well, from where I'm at, I'm pretty sure I can see Croquette, and I'm probably pretty sure I can see Bick, right?
I don't know about Bick. Yeah, alright, fine. You can see him running away in terror.
Yeah, alright. Well, I'm gonna spend a command action, so I can roll D3.
Nice.
I only get one of them anyway,
Good
so
job.
I'm choosing Croquette. Oh, Croquette! Push it a lot so I can get out from under here! Oh, biscuits! And then, I'm going to move, my movement to here. Because it doesn't really matter where I stand. But I wasn't in melee with those guys, so I'm okay. I don't know if I can see... I can see probably Crab, right?
I believe
Or
Crab
Shrimp.
did not get on top of the car. Did no,
Shrimp,
did yeah, no.
Shrimp
So,
got on top.
yeah, she's Francois is on top of the vehicle.
Francois. Alright, so I can see them. I can see stuff. I could try shooting, but I'm not good at it.
I don't know, you did good last time.
I know, but I only get one shot this time, and it's likely I can't do damage enough to do a wound. So I'm thinking, I'm gonna roll. I can do another command. I'll do another command. I can pick one more other person. Vic, shoot the one on the freaking building! Reload! And I'll do that. That way he can get 3 shots if he wants.
He laughs so hard, but it turns out this thing has absolutely no like important part to this fight.
Shit. Okay, I see. So does commands just override in general that 1 per turn thing?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where I got confused, because I thought originally that when we were doing it, it was making it so you could take 3 actions total. But no, it's just that you can do 3 of the same thing in a turn. So that's where I got totally confused.
Well, no, it wasn't that bit. It's the fact that spotting says only 1 per turn, and I figured that was like only 1 spotting action per turn.
Oh. Maybe that's wrong. Maybe I wasn't supposed to do that then.
Let me look at it here. So, command, when you use the spotting action, you can apply it to D3 allies instead of 1, which was the first thing you rolled, and you got 1 ally. Let's try spotting.
You can support action and help with the thing, select an ally, both say that round. You can only do this one for one ally per turn.
Right, yeah. So,
oh, okay, so I can't do that second action.
Yeah, you can't do the second one.
Okay, so I can't do Beck, so never mind. I won't do Beck then. Well, I guess I will do a shooty shoot at, well, that's engaged in melee, right? That one's not?
That one is currently available.
Is there cover between me and it?
Yep. You got the fight going on ahead of it.
I'm gonna shoot that thing down there then.
Okay. How many actions do you have left? 2?
I had 1 action.
You have 1 action left?
Yeah, it's not like I can do enough damage to hurt anything.
I'm
throwing an action away right now.
No, check precision shot.
I thought that took 2 actions. So.
That's what I'm checking.
I don't have 2 actions, so.
That's what I'm checking.
You can spend 2 attack actions. Yep.
Okay. So you've made 1. You could still get. No, you've done 2 actions, right?
I've done 3 actions if I do the attack.
If you do the attack, okay, yeah.
I have 1 attack action. I have 1 action left. I'm throwing it away.
Okay.
So it's just I'm throwing it away. Because I can't use it for another command. I used 1 command already. I had to use 1 for a move, and then I have a shot, and then I won't do enough damage to do a wound.
You could move again.
I just shot. I'm done.
Isn't that damage still cumulative though? Like over the turn? Or is
No,
it just-
it won't carry over unless she gets really lucky in the attack.
It's during that my turn, so it's during my
Okay.
turn, and then
Yeah.
it goes to the Bep's turn. It resets.
But
so,
if you got a critical hit on it, it would carry over because that's what the property is for it.
I don't think the 16.
I
is
don't
a
think the
critical.
16's quite there. Were you going for the tall one or the small one?
I went for the one right here.
Okay, that's a miss.
So
So
I
anyway.
just
Pew pew.
Yep.
Bep
This is-
pinned my car.
Was Bep top of the initiative order?
Yes.
no,
Okay.
No,
I
Sam
was
was.
top.
Oh, you
I
were
was
top. Okay, so we'll go back to that. It's 11:20 now, and it's a big fight, so I think we'll just hold it here since we're at the top of the turn thing. Because I won't be able to round long enough to finish, so it would just be additional rounds. We'll go through. So that would be it for now.
But I needed to know if Bep was going to get free from car. Tune in
Yes.
next week.
No.
Bep is now part of the car.
Would super strength give me any bonus to getting this car off of me?
Yeah.
My physical enhancement.
I have a question too. Can I use my physical law quirk to check if I can actually lift the car out of the way or to push it?
I have to look at it.
You could. I
on
think you could
262.
push it.
Or hell, punch it out of the way?
Well,
'Cause that
you would basically be able to tell the force required to do so.
Yeah, you could probably use it for that though.
Yeah.
Militia quantity, because you know how strong you are, so yeah, you'd be able to tell if you could move the car or not.
And also, she has her body as a tool, so
No, that would work
she's
Okay.
a tool.
if you want to.
I do work
that.
for Pulse.
I
Yeah.
need to know if
You
I can
are-
bench this car, bro.
Are we saying that people from Pulse are tools?
No, we're
No,
not.
you from Pulse and thick as a brick though.
I want to use my physical enhancement to just push this car away from me towards the other things.
Just shove it off in the other direction.
Yeah.
What I want you to do is, in doing so, push Francois on top of the car towards the other things as well.
I am on top of the car.
Yes. Surfboard. It's fine. Yeah.
Are you basically going to just do the kid from Superman Returns?
Oh, it shoves the
Yeah.
piano. Essentially
Yes.
it, yeah.
This is also the only kind of scenario that Bep's actually going to demonstrate the super strength in.
So what's going to happen is, because the wall's been weakened behind you, so in attempting to push the car, you're just going to push yourself through the wall. That's all that's going to happen.
Nice.
Bep is free.
I realize at some point or another one of us has to fastball special the other.
That should probably occur. With the BAP. Just
No. It needs to be Francois and Croquette. One of them needs to throw
Yeah.
the other.
But one of you is supposed to be rather smaller for a fastball special.
But they're both kind of
Green
smaller
is
because they're both
tiny.
about 5 foot something, aren't they?
I'm 6'2".
Oh, okay. Well, there you throw
I'm 5'5".
Francois.
Throw me. Yeah.
Yep, no, that aligns about right.
You're
for
all giants,
Colossus
except
versus
Sammy.
Wolverine.
I know they're all giants.
Okay,
So
so we'll pause there. If you guys have any questions, get fired at me. I think one of the things that I'm going to do for next time is keep exploring options other than adding the bonuses for being above target point, because it's just too many numbers to add. So what I might end up doing, and I'm going to play with it, is making it so that the standard proficiency die, if you're the same as the difficulty level, the standard proficiency die is actually a D8 rather than being a D10. And then if you're above it, it's a 10. And then if you're above it again, it's a 12. And then it stops bonusing after that. Because at the moment, adding the additional numbers just becomes, what do I add? What do I add? What do I add? So
What
we'll see if
happens
I
if
can
it's below it?
consolidate that. The same thing. You go from 8 to a 6 to a 4. Because at least there's a lot of numbers below it. That's why I was saying I wish there was a D14 so I could increment this. Yeah, to go to it. But I'll play with it.
Important question.
Huh.
EXP?
Oh, that one. Mid-5. Yeah, sure, it still counts. Whatever. I'll give you all 10. Sam can have a bonus one for doing a thing, and so can Hat Dan for trying.
Yay!
Yay!
And
50
so
XP.
so can everybody else for spite.
Yeah. and Hatman feel less loved now by the fact that more love was given to other people. So 11 XP to everybody?
11 of the Eeps.
Alright, 11.
The Eeps, the Peeps, and the
Red
Screeps.
came in like a wrecking ball and threw me into traffic. That's my thing for this one.
I named it Best Buddy of Punch Time.
Red's like, hey Sammy, you like to do the punch fights? And it's like, what? Oh no, I'm gonna throw you in a car.
Oh, Bep gets no recognition.
Huh?
What? Bep gets...
None recognition.
You get...
Bep-
The
Bep-
best
Bep-
part is she's now convinced Croquette that, you're really good fighting, huh?
Yeah. Well, he's got no
Someone
reason to
else
think
said you were. It
otherwise.
has to be true. Exactly.
So 10 experience, you said?
11.
11.
11.
11.
Oh.
So 11 of the XPs. I wonder if I can spend this XP. Oh, I can't spend this XP. So Zvi, if I had 14 more XP.
Do really good next time.
remember that 14 more XP?
All
was
14
it 14?
more.
I forget how much was it that I kept begging for a while.
It was 40. It was 40 XP.
Yeah, if I had 40 XP,
Yeah.
and then you didn't give us XP for like 10 sessions, and
then
we're
he got
like,
40
"Look, Sam,
XP?"
there's your 40. And I was like,
Yeah, that's
oh,
it.
it makes me sad now. Because I think we changed everything and it didn't need it anymore.
Okie dokie. I'm gonna shut down the stream.
Alright.
Toodles.
Yay. Freedoms.